All right.
Yo. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, yo, yo. Hello. All ready for this on a 3, 2, 1. Episode number 34 is here with the awesome Secret Squirrel, the hack rodent himself. Hello, Secret Squirrel. Welcome to the Battlefield Show.
Hey, Julian. Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, no problem, man. It's been a long time in the making. Finally getting everyone I have met from Battlefield 1 or beginning of Battlefield 5 onto the show, and it's just a pleasure to have you on. I regard you as one of the best Battlefield 5 players I think I've ever seen, though I'm
Thanks.
very grateful that I don't play against you too often because my ass is at work during that time, so I don't have to worry about it. But again, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll stay over here. You stay
on the
over
West
there.
Coast. I'll be over here.
Yeah. You guys handle your storms over there, and we'll be okay here. I hope everything's better over there.
Yeah, it's storm's over. Horses are finally out, so we're good.
Good.
You know, we waited for the perfect episode because 34, 43, it's just the reverse. It was all about timing.
I didn't want to wait that long. Really.
Yeah.
It's like 43. Okay, let's get Secret Squirrel on. He's like, fuck Battlefield. You don't want to talk about that shit. Like, by that time, yeah, can we talk about something? Exactly. We were discussing before we started the program here, is like, how are Twitch streamers going to cope with the year-long wait for another Battlefield game? Are they going to stick around for Battlefield 5? What's your plan? And then I'll probably go into mine.
I don't really think I have a concrete plan, honestly. Like, my original intentions was that I wouldn't be able to play much at all during this time because I thought I'd be out in Oklahoma, but then coronavirus hit, and so now I'm like, well, I guess I'll keep on streaming Battlefield. When I heard that, this is the last update, I was like, well, I'll keep on playing it after the last update for, a couple weeks. We'll see how it goes, try out the new weapons. And then it's like, well, we've hit what, 3 weeks or so after the final update, and now we're like, it's still fun, I'm still enjoying my time, but I don't think I'll last more than 2 months max.
It's pretty bleak too, and the updates that they said that were happening are just community game oriented, and maybe some bug fixes that they broke in the last patch.
Maybe I'll get rid of M finally.
Maybe they'll get rid of M and hopefully replace it with something stupid. I don't know. That'd be great. I kind of don't want them to get rid of the M. It's like the best thing that's come to that patch, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. I don't see it. It's like it's blocked out of my vision at this point.
Yeah, I've tuned it out myself, I must say. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. We didn't hear anything from EA during EA Play, and I wanted to go into what we saw there, what little we saw there.
Yeah.
I mean, did we see anything really? I don't know. Maybe enough to make a 10-minute video on YouTube, perhaps. I'm not sure.
I think we may have hit enough. I don't know. It's a close one though.
It's a stretch. It's a stretch.
Yeah, it's a stretch.
But yeah. So no update on a Battlefield 3 remaster that people were trying to leak. No Bad Company 3 remaster, or just Bad Company 3 or Bad Company 2 remaster. That was also like, I think people are just making up shit at this point.
I think they're hoping for anything. They're grasping for straws.
Exactly. And
I don't want to play this Battlefield 5 for like a year and a half more. Please tell me you have something.
I know. I was kind of on the board with those Reddit users who are like, save Battlefield 5 because the skins are like legit now. I'm like,
we have authentic uniforms, guys. I mean,
yeah, we need to save it.
Who cares about anything else? Now I feel properly immersed.
Yes, exactly. And I'm like, okay, well, shit. So it would have been great for us Twitch streamers to have more content, like just over a longer period of time. Sure, like it just gets slower and slower, but maybe like a map every 3 months, like
something to drag it out so we have something, because None of
Right.
us really want to, you know, move and leave our community base in Battlefield to try to find other games to stream. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't even know what game I want to stream after this. I play Call
Exactly.
of Duty from time to time. I mean, I play some single player games, but I don't really think anyone's gonna be interested in me playing, Terraria or like, Minecraft or something.
Yeah, I was thinking about going on to single player games like after I finish this silly 1,000 kill challenge for Battlefield 5 and just go play like Assassin's Creed games that I missed.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's not Battlefield, so like that community you built is Battlefield oriented, so they're gonna go like, what the fuck is this trash game you're playing,
Yeah.
Julian?
What the fuck are you
Unsubscribe,
playing?
unfollow.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fine, great, I don't want to play Battlefield 5, so what am I gonna do? Like that's the problem.
Yeah,
um
it's
I'll see you back when Battlefield 6 comes out. Like,
I
no hard
guess.
feelings.
Yeah.
Brutal,
Like,
it's brutal.
sorry if you guys don't like it, but what do you want me to play? I mean,
Yeah.
are you guys were honestly interested in Battlefield 6 still when nothing hasn't been released for like, say, a year? Like,
Are you still in?
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't even think I want to watch Battlefield like a year down the line.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Is like, what if I just have? What if Battlefield 5 was set so low to like just quality and a good service, pretty much like this live service. Um, am I gonna be interested in Battlefield in a year? Is there another game that's gonna come around and just like clean the floor with what I'm interested in nowadays?
Yeah,
I always
is it
think
gonna be
about
like
that.
the prophesized World War III game that flopped? Like, are we gonna get one of those? I mean,
Yeah, what if we all get into that and we all become a happy family again? Just don't have to deal with the devs from Battlefield 5 or Dice. That'd be cool. I mean,
yeah.
I couldn't imagine what like Madden players go through with the same shit every single year. Imagine a Madden
Madden,
streamer.
FIFA. I mean, oh,
I would
even
lose
like
my mind.
NBA 2K. I don't know how they like. You guys like get like maybe a slightly improved version every like year, sort of like COD, but COD diversifies a lot more from the
Yeah,
games. With like,
settings,
how
guns.
much
Yeah.
can you improve on basketball or football? I mean, it's
Are there any Twitch streamers that have been playing those sports games for 10 years or streaming for like 10 years or whatever? I wonder. That that that
gotta
person
have
must
they gotta have
be
dedication,
yeah,
sheer
something they
fucking
found.
will.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, welcome in on everybody. How's it going? Welcome to episode number 34 of the Battlefield Show. I'm here with Secretsquirrel43. I guess the other Secret Squirrel on Twitch plays what, Minecraft or something every once in a while. I don't know.
Wow,
WoW,
GTA.
yeah, plays WoW. Yeah, welcome on in here, everybody. I regard Secret Squirrel one of the best Battlefield players out there, and we're gonna go into mouse and keyboard techniques. Maybe we can learn something from Secret Squirrel. Also, going to talk about the increased player count rumor that's coming out with Battlefield 6. What are they going to have to do? What
A
could they
lot.
do? Yeah, a lot. Are we going to be interested in Battlefield 6? Those are all the topics we're going to be talking about tonight. So welcome. Good to have all you. I see Bruce Banner, Saitama, Oliver, hello. Tombstone, Engineer Guy, hello, dude. And Shady from New Zealand, welcome on in, everybody. Okay, so, I heard you have a collection of chat rage towards you. Is that true?
Mhm. I have a pretty big compilation archive, I guess you could call it, of chat rage.
Oh, yeah, so you
Uh,
have like a museum, right? And
yeah,
other
like
little sections and everything.
I save it. I pretty much like clip every time I get something, and I've saved it from all the Battlefields. Like, this is the one
Oh,
I've obviously put the most time on, but I mean, I
you
there's something about getting the accusation, man. It just like it's like a straight ego boost, dude.
oh, hell
It
yeah,
just it
dude.
brings a smile to my face, like,
Man, I used to love those as well. I didn't get as much because I'm not that very good, but I do get them every once in a while from just randoms. I recently, ever since I started streaming, the chat box got just way too toxic for me, especially, streaming on Twitch and whatnot. So I ended up like
Yeah.
closing it, and so I don't have to listen to that or respond to it or be tempted to respond to it, because in the past I had a big problem with just typing the most craziest shit you imagine, just pure rage, like "fuck you, you bitch," like,
Yeah,
and just
like
type it
it's
out in
still spreading
response.
toxicity of toxicity. Yeah.
Every time I died, I would type something just terrible to the other person. So I just wanted to get rid of that, and it's been working well for me. But it's always fun. I mean, do you always respond to accusations, or people just like?
Not all the time. I mean, like, it depends how insistent they are. It depends how much they say as well. I mean, they can just say, like, "Squirrel hack," and I'm like, whatever, we'll just, capture and move on." But if they start, writing paragraphs and stuff, I'll
Oh
hit them with
yeah.
a Twitch link, maybe I'll hit them with a "just get good" forehead,
Yeah.
We
I,
mix it up.
I've seen a few Karens respond to you as like, oh, you're recorded and reported. I'm gonna talk to the Twitch devs because you're cheating and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But
we have Hyrule doing his usual, this is getting logged into Origin, enjoy your last 2 games, kid, It's like, oh god, I love you, dude. I honestly can't tell if Hyrule's a troll or if he's actually, like, legit this pissed off at me.
maybe, I mean, if it's a daily thing and he has that set schedule, you have that set schedule, and you're always playing at the same time, and then there's not that many servers out there, so I'm probably sure
Yeah.
you run into each other a lot. Kind of goes for everybody, really. But I remember that one clip you shared with us not too long ago, to where someone used some sort of hack or something. I don't know, but they like took over your
Oh,
name
they took my name, yeah.
and started
Yeah.
chatting for you, kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
It's like it's honestly the weirdest, like, I guess I'd call it hack exploit. I don't know how they did it,
I don't know.
and, like and it's happened to several people in the community that I've heard from, and it's, like, the oddest thing because people you'll, like, be responding when, like, in the middle of shooting them. I'm like, "What?" At first, like, I'm very confused, like, "Did I type that?" Like, I don't believe I typed that, and, like, I
No,
go through
yeah,
the list of, like, people, see if there's anyone who has, like, replaced one of the L's with, like, a capital I or something. Nope,
right,
nothing. I'm
right.
just like, and it's honestly, like, really, like, scary because they could say anything. I mean, they could start,
Yeah,
dropping the racial shit, dropping everything, and I'd be like, "Well, it wasn't
innuendos.
me,
Oh yeah,
guys."
yeah, yeah. So
And
thank God you're streaming, right? For those that don't, I mean, you could get like blackmailed or some shit. Who
yeah,
knows? But yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know. Has it happened ever since? Like happened
it
again?
happened it happened, like, 2 more times,
And that
and I
was about
think
it,
the
huh?
last was, like, a week ago or something. Once again, it's just simple, like, I like hacking or, I need the hacks or something, and then, like, they buzz off and don't say anything where I'm just like, "Okay." And it's not like it's completely unrelated to, like, the actual hackers, because like, it's never like when someone's hacking my game, they're not actually, like, going around aimbotting. It's just like, they're just talking with my name in chat, and it's like, "Hmm,
I
okay."
mean, I probably would have thought that was like really cool, because oh my god, I have so much power now. I can say whatever I want. If it's a big like, imagine if it was like a big streamer or
Yeah,
something.
like Anders or something.
Yeah, or even bigger, like go to like
Yeah,
Doctor
like
Disrespect or Shroud or
yeah,
Ninja or
whenever they were
something.
playing this game, they played, like, Firestorm and stuff for the Battle Royale challenges. Yeah.
That would have been weird. That's like, that would have been an
Yeah.
issue, right? They actually
Mhm.
probably would have done something. That's the thing. The good thing about
Probably, yeah.
influencers,
They probably
things
would.
actually change if the game had influencers, but it just doesn't. So things don't really. But the game never took off. VF5 never took off, so they had to can it, I guess. Maybe for a good reason. We'll probably get into that later. But
Yeah.
I wanted to get to know you a little bit more. So what's your Battlefield background like? Where did you start out?
I started Battlefield, geez, Bad Company 2?
Oh,
On the
nice.
PS3?
Oh.
Um, I was a console boy.
Oh my
I was a console
god.
boy for even Battlefield 4, and I switched to PC, I'd say late Battlefield 4. I mostly switched actually because of I wanted to play PlanetSide too. That was, like, my thing at the time, so
Oh,
I was,
okay.
like, a naive, like, 14-year-old, didn't really know much about computers, kept in mind I wanted one. I got, like, some pre-built, like, Alienware laptop or something.
RB
And it,
champ
like
raised you right.
yeah, and,
um
so it was, like I used that for, like, maybe 2 years or something. So, because I needed more frames, new games coming out.
oh
I
yeah.
built my own PC, and so we moved on to Battlefield 1, and Battlefield 1 was, like, probably the first Battlefield game I actually really started caring about, like,
Okay.
more, like, skill-wise, like, actually what I was doing,
All right.
uh, and from there, like, as I put more and more hours in, I kept on trying to refine my skills, and then we got to Battlefield 5, and since then, I started streaming, and it's been like that ever since. But it's
So
definitely been, like, a slow ride of, starting to actually care about skills and, getting to the level that I'm actually at now.
I see. So well, when you first did you started in PlanetSide, then you went to Battlefield 4, or did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was it like when you started up Battlefield 4? What really grabbed you there? Like, holy shit.
Uh, it was mostly that I played, like, Bad Company 2 and 3 for so long. I was always a fan of, like, the Battlefield 3, like, the Battlefield series, and I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
there's something about it, like, compared to, like, Call of Duty with its constant action and, like, the TTK of it. I never really fully liked. Still to this day, I don't like a whole lot. But there's something about the Battlefield pool that, is why I still play Battlefield 5. It's different from other series. And
Right,
I
right.
I can't you can't find a game really that yet, to my knowledge, that really replicates in the way that I like.
I see. So, okay. So I wanted to go into more of like how you got skilled, I guess you can say, or got good. Was it just you just want any influences that you had, or you just
I
wanted to
mean,
click on men, pretty
not
much?
terribly. I didn't use a whole lot of people. I wasn't, like, looking up 20 YouTube tutorials on, like, how to get good or something. It was more of, like,
Yeah,
a trial by fire, I guess you could call it.
yeah. Just
Um,
keep playing, pretty much.
yeah, it's finding out, like, what you like and mostly, like, using, like, whatever scraps of game sense I could to get better. Um, there's certain things I've been, doing as, like, into Battlefield 5 where it's like I've been testing out different sensitivities. I've changed my sensitivity, like, 3 or 4 times,
Oh, okay.
using, whatever tinkering with FOV on and off, ADS FOV on and off, raising FOV higher and shit. But it's, um it's mostly been about just grinding out through multiple different FPSs, like, basic fundamentals that you need in every game, which is, aiming and game sense.
Yeah, I'm kind of like in the same boat as you. Just uh, one of the biggest things is like, man, if I'm gonna beat this guy, like he's destroying me, I have to aim better, right? So
Yeah,
I have to
like, it seems
somehow fix or fiddle with my mouse to make sure I don't over aim or under aim. It's just what is it gonna do? Like maybe I need to buy a new mouse, be more accurate or something like that. Maybe I have to like position my fingers differently, or hold the mouse a certain way. I didn't really look up anything. Like we didn't have that kind of stuff like back
yeah.
in 2004. Like nobody's recording tips and tricks on how to hold your mouse on YouTube. Like
Yeah.
you just kind of did it. Especially back in Bad Company 2. I mean, we barely had rigs to play the damn thing because there's so many uh you know uh destruction elements in it, and you just really had to get something decent to actually start playing that game.
Mhm, yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to know, how did you figure out the whole peripheral thing? How did you figure all that
Um,
out?
well, many things like especially like my mouse grip, it wasn't something that I figured out. It was more sort of what felt natural. Um,
Okay.
I was sort of lucky. I have a pretty natural like fingertip claw grip on my
What
mouse,
what
and
does that look like? Can you kind of maybe perhaps
it's
show?
like it's like I sort of have it. Just show it. It's like I mostly keep it on like my fingertips, but I also have sort of like the sort of front end of my palm on the mouse.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like if I tried to do something like the palm grip that people talk about, where like your palm is fully on the mouse, like my hand just doesn't fit on it right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I also hold the mouse like at an angle, which is a weird thing, but if you have like a mouse just straight on the desk, it's tilted to the left at like maybe like a 30-degree angle, which
Oh.
is weird. It's I don't think I've seen anyone else do it, but
So like,
I
okay,
play
so like put the mouse like right in front. Like, this is straight on. You're telling me it's like this kind of, and then you're playing around like this,
yeah,
or
yeah,
is it, or
yeah,
whatever?
that's how I'm
Either
playing.
way,
Mhm.
that's interesting. Um,
It's very weird.
huh?
I don't exactly know like it how I got to that stage. All I can remember is like when I actually like started trying to like focus on my aim, and I was watching people's like videos of like grips and stuff, and I was like, I hold it to the left. I was like, hmm, all right. I mean, and like if I try to like hold it straight, like it just feels weird. Like it's just something I can ingrained like habit, and it's like it seems to be working fine. It doesn't like impair my movement or anything.
Well, what sensitivities and whatnot did you end up going lower and lower in sensitivity, to where you have to move
So
your wrist a lot more, or how was that progression?
for the longest time, I was on like a geez, I want to say like it was like a 13-inch sensitivity, which I'm just going to use like the like inch term, sort of like to like get rid of the DPI and the in-game sense things, because sensitivity is just a combination of your DPI and your in-game sense to get like a total sensitivity number, I guess you call it. So like
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
so like if I use 800 DPI and like an 8% in-game, it gives you a 13-inch 360.
Okay, all right.
So I was running 800 DPI 8% pretty much all through Battlefield 1. Um and I got to say at least up until the last year or so in Battlefield 5. And from
Okay.
there, I started experimenting a bit more on faster sensitivities. Um, First one I went was with Baranox's, golden standard 8-inch sensitivity. That's at like 13% in game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
over the past like weeks, I've whittled it down to like a 10-inch sensitivity, and it's like a happy medium for me. I sort of switch between 9 and 10 inches pretty often,
Okay.
but sensitivity is still very much a very personal thing. I don't exactly think there's like a complete right or wrong if
Like a gold standard or whatever.
like there's not like a gold standard where like, if you have this, this will be the best sensitivity you ever play. It's very personal. Like I definitely prefer a faster sensitivity just because I don't like moving my arm around for,
Oh
the
yeah,
whole
no.
the whole side of my mouse pad over and over, and like have to keep on dragging the mouse back and forth. It's That's just distracting to me, and I feel like I have more chances to mess up. So I very much prefer like a higher sensitivity because I get to use my wrist more. Like I had shoulder surgery when I tore my labrum, and it doesn't really affect me all day, but like ever since then, I've sort of like I don't really like to like work too much on my right shoulder. Just
Yeah,
like doing workouts.
shoulder surgery definitely changes people's lives. Like, even if when it comes to gaming, that shit probably definitely hurts for sure. What happened
Yeah,
anyway, if
I
you mind
uh
me asking?
I was a varsity baseball player, and I was a pitcher, and I tore my right labrum while I was
Oh,
pitching. That
ouch.
was fun.
that where all those trophies came from? The
Yeah,
baseball.
that's where most of them come from. Most of them are baseball.
Oh hell yeah.
There's a couple shooting trophies from like some NRA youth tourneys I went to at one point.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, we're
my
not used to that over here in California too much, but
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
it was in like middle of nowhere, Indiana or something. My dad took me when I was like 13 or something.
So
But that
I
was
hear.
enjoyable experience.
Sorry to go off topic, but I hear you had like you have horses or
Yeah, we
what?
got
Oh,
a little farm. I guess like it's
a
called a little
farm.
like
Okay.
family farm. We have 2 horses, like 4 goats, like maybe 10 chicken, a couple ducks, 7 dogs, 5 cats.
I know you had
Um,
a you sent me a picture of one. Here you go. I'll open it in
yeah,
the
and
right
it's
there.
like
Here you go.
depending on the time, depending on the past years, it's definitely been like our numbers have changed. We used to have like 20 goats at a time, especially like we bred them for milk and whatnot. And
Oh,
it's
nice.
complete chaos when we have all these goats. We used to have 3 horses and we have two. We used to have a lot more chicken too, but over time we sort of downsized. But
That's awesome.
it's I don't really think I ever expected to live on a farm. Like it wasn't like this when I was like, 10 or something, but I would say it changed me for the better. It
Yeah.
teaches you responsibility and stuff,
Oh,
hard
absolutely.
work.
Some of my cousins, we would always go to their farm house way out into the valley here in California, and I was always fascinated by their dirt road entrance and like the white picket fence kind of thing, and the massive backyards. Like I always
Yeah.
kind of wanted something like that, and like when you go inside, it's like a nice house and everything, and yeah, chickens running everywhere inside or outside, dogs, cat, like that stuff always fascinated me for sure. So I think it's really cool, man. The what's that horse's name there? Or
That's Tempe. That's my stepmom's horse. She's a mare. She's like
Campy.
I don't even know how much years she is. I want to say like 5 or 6. That may even be under. But yeah, she has one of her horses, Samson.
Epson.
He's about the same age. He's like brown. She's 8. She's 8. All right. Um, and yeah, it's having like the whole like huge backyard and shit. It's nice. It's not nice when every thunderstorm there's a chance of trees falling down on your fences and you have to like go out and chop it all up and fix your fence. But
Yeah.
I mean that's just part of the life.
I mean, there was a storm recently. Did any damage or anything, or are you all good?
No, we're all good. It was pretty light, honestly, even though it took out our power. But when you live out here, sometimes the power is it's sometimes iffy. It's usually stable though.
Oh, good.
Like if I
Um,
go down to like the barn, like we get no cell phone signal, no Wi-Fi. It's like what do I do?
yeah, exactly. You just gotta wait, I guess.
Yeah.
I know we got off a little a topic there, but do you for your mouse and everything? Is this just you know fire and then aim down sights, or do you perhaps bind anything else to your mouse or anything like that?
So I have the forward mouse button, the forward thumb button. I have that as like heal, like using medpack.
Oh, okay. So for forward is
And
heal. Interesting.
yeah, and then the back one is my third gadget. So that'd be on medics, that'd be throwing the heal patch. On assaults, that'd be like your Panzerfaust or whatever the hell.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, I've never really messed around with it much. It's just sort of like it's very the only really essential one was for me was the uh, healing with the forward thumb button because it lets you still have all your keys on all your fingers on like the movement keys and you can heal and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all about keeping like the less time I can have my fingers off the movement keys, the better.
Yeah, exactly. If my middle finger or my left middle finger and left ring finger are as long as they're on W and A the whole time, I'm pretty good. Because the pointer finger is good for uh, interacting like with E or reloading for R. Like that's like
Hmm.
right all there. And it really took me a long time to try to figure out how to switch weapons quickly without relying on an unreliable scroll wheel. I
Scroll
don't
wheel.
know
Yeah,
if you ever
yeah.
ran to that. I never had a mouse that actually had a reliable scroll wheel to where if I scrolled it once, it would actually switch. Sometimes it just wouldn't recognize it. So I had to figure out something else over time. And the closest to my for the keyboard is going from W to 2, right?
Hmm.
And 2 is usually um the switch to, your primary, your secondary, right?
Yeah.
Uh for some reason, um I 2 is my primary and 1 is my secondary. I like have to
Really.
switch them for some
It's a
reason.
switch.
Yeah, and I don't know where that happened. Um, I think
Yeah.
I back in the day I probably like accidentally had them backwards or something, and
You
I
just
guess
gotten pretty used to it.
it just felt natural now. So that's like one of the first things I change is switching primary and secondary and just kind of like switch them around because that would always mess me up for sure. Hell, even when I played Overwatch, to switch over to a secondary item or whatever it was, really screwed me up. But no, that's cool that you add four. So the four buttons heal.
And the
I
back is the third gadget. Yeah.
yeah. What I have is the back button is my slide actually.
Mm. All right.
Because I like to hold down shift and W to run kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's not toggled. So I can't I can't go to like control to crouch pretty much. Uh
All right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
How do
don't
how
use
do,
I don't use control at all.
you don't use control at all? Oh, interesting.
No, I hate control. Like it with my pinky. I just don't like it. Yeah.
It's a
I
little weird,
use
yeah.
yeah, I switch like the prone and crouch over one. So crouch is C and prone is X. Um
Okay, yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
just feels a bit more ergonomic for me.
Oh
I
my
can use
god,
my
that would be weird for me.
I I use like for both proning and crouching, I pretty much use my pointer exclusively.
Oh
Um
wow. Okay, so you probably have your hand maybe shifted to the left just a little bit more than usual. I have it straight on. Yeah, that's weird. Oh my god, that would kind of mess me up there.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I've
can see that.
experimented like once or twice with moving like WASD entirely. I don't know
Uh
if you've
huh.
heard of that. I didn't really like it.
Wait. Say that again.
I've
Idly.
experimented with moving WASD entirely, like
Oh.
moving to like a RDFG or something.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm. That's very rare, but yeah,
Yeah,
I guess that didn't turn out right for you.
it just doesn't feel right. I mean, I can get used to it. I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of just the ergonomics of it. Like, I definitely like the big shift bar for sprinting and whatnot. It just feels more reliable. Um,
Okay. All
and
right.
I don't know. It's something I've tried out. For like switching between primary and secondary, I'm pretty interchangeable actually between hitting 2-1 or like using my mouse bar. I'm using my mouse scroll wheel.
The scroll
Um,
wheel. Yeah.
yeah, like the mice I have now, like the Razer Viper, its scroll wheel is pretty nice. The Model O's scroll wheel was pretty nice.
Oh, okay.
Um, the G502 Vibrik before, which is what I used to use before, its scroll wheel is pretty nice. I was always able to like use them pretty well. It's well since I use the turner so much with the 20 round mag, and you got to be reload managing that thing all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like it's constantly on your mind. Got to reload a strip or maybe reload one or two, and cancel it. So I'm very used to like switching between primaries, and sometimes it's depending on the situation where I can either use my movement keys or I can't. I'll use 2-1 or scroll wheel. But even then, sometimes I'll mess up. Scroll too far, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm using the revolver instead.
In BF1, did you use like the Obrez a lot?
Oh,
That was
I
your
use that thing exclusively.
okay. So no wonder you're so good with the Model 27 at this point. Pretty much
The
that
Oberez was
skill
my bread
cannon.
and butter, man. I love
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah,
It was
and
either that or the auto revolver, and I mean, you can use those things as primaries.
oh yeah, pretty much.
You don't
Um,
need any other guns.
yeah, I love watching your compilation clips of just using the Model 27. I think I could put one on now. It's got to be on here. Yeah, there's like a few of them on here. I'll just
Yeah.
have it on loop. But what I've noticed with a lot of these is how you can keep the center of your screen, I guess, because there's that weird zoom in animation that kind of tries to throw you off. But I think just with practice and whatnot, you'll know exactly where that crosshair is going to show up as you zoom in. It just kind of comes naturally.
Yeah, there's definitely like you can definitely like imagine like where exactly the center of a screen is. After time, you sort of like it's going to shoot there in the center. Like maybe you're not always right on, but you're
Right.
close enough that usually you can correct very minor mistakes.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Um. But for some reason, like was it the Obrez that definitely was like, okay, like I'm just gonna go for headshots. Pretty much. Does that just come natural? Pretty much.
I mean, the Oberets, you could just get body shots, but it was
Yeah, true.
certainly like a factor of I sort of viewed it as like a thing that had a very high like skill ceiling. It's something like if in like certain situations the Model 27 is not going to be that good, compared to like the Mark 6 or another pistol, but if you just land those headshots, I mean, you're going to win every fight as long as you fire first. And there's something about that like as a higher skill gap you can have, you can sort of outplay people even if you're supposed to lose a certain fight. That really draws me to it as a
Yeah.
skilled player of like, turning the tides of battle in my favor, I guess if you want to call it that.
Yeah, well, all those headshots are crazy. I tried that myself, and I just couldn't do it, man. It was I was always missing like left or right or something like that, and it just never worked out. But I really didn't really put too much practice or concern with the secondary weapon. I'm a
Yeah.
primary boy, my challenge is to get primary kills, not secondary. So I think that's where my downfall is, just not enough practice with slinging out the gat here.
Yeah. It's definitely like, if you play more with like, sniper, you're gonna be using your sidearms more, but at the end of the day, it's like
Exactly.
I force myself into these bad situations where, I don't have any ammo in my primary because I've killed like 3 other people and there's still one guy left, and I'm like, well, I can either A, retreat, or I can B, whip out the Mod 27 and see what I can do. And 90% of the time I'm gonna whip out that Mod 27. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's just instinct at this point.
And you tried the new Model 27, that little like air powered well rod. Did you try that one out a little
Yeah,
bit?
the well rod was it's a love-hate relationship.
Because
Like,
I feel like it's similar to the Obrez, if not copy paste, pretty much, except the insane sniper sound that you hear from the Obrez pistol. It's just so
it's like
loud.
it's like
This
an
is like,
Obrez, except doesn't do nearly as much damage, but it definitely has, like,
I
the
see.
same feel as the Obrez. It's, slow as hell fire rate, and then but it's differentiates itself from the, Mod 27 in that it has actually, like, good hip fire. Because the downfall of the Mod 27 is always, if you try to hip fire that thing, you have a 50-50 of maybe it'll hit even if, like, 90% of the crosshair is on the dude.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
So the
geez,
well run, I've I've sort of laid it down for good. It's it doesn't give me enough capability against like two people even, because
I
you
see.
you shoot and like you instantly gotta retreat, find a position or something for you to like to pull back the little end of it and reload it. It's
That's all I was thinking. It's slower than the Obres. Do you think
I think so.
it is?
Not by
Okay.
much, not by
Okay.
much, but I think it is.
Enough to where it's like, let's not use this anymore.
Yeah,
Okay,
enough to
gotcha.
the point where I just didn't think it was worthwhile to use it. I got
Okay.
like the hip fire is nice and all, but at the end of the day, it's like I think I'm trading a lot of potential kills for like oh, it's the well rod meme.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I can see you started using the Johnson rifle, a new SLR. I've been trying that out myself. What do you think about this Johnson rifle?
Like every sort of SCR, it's good, but compared to the other SCRs, it's worthless.
Yeah, it's kind of like maybe that's why they didn't really want to release that gun, or maybe that's why it was in the stockpile back there, or the on the shelves at Dice, or like, it's
Maybe like
cool and all, but like might as well use the Turner or the Gewehr 43 at this point.
yeah, it's obviously it has the same damage model as the G43, but it has an absolutely terrible reload.
Oh my god! Even with the faster reload, I tried the faster reload. It's the same. I swear to God, I don't think it's faster. I don't know. Maybe it could be bugged or whatnot, or it actually is
Yeah,
by a
like
little bit.
I never really like using the reload perk because the 15%, it's not even a fifth of a time. Like it feels so low.
Yeah,
Like
I gotta
I know
figure
it's
that out.
technically reloading faster, but it doesn't really seem worth it. And
Yeah.
like the other damage models it shares with is like the G40, the Garand high load, and the Sebel Slaughter 1916, and the Carabin.
And
And
who uses that gun anyway, right?
yeah, well, the Carabin's a bad G43 as well, just because of the magazine.
Yeah.
And well, the Sebel Slaughter, I mean, nothing really beats 26 rounds, even if it has a lower fire rate. None of
True.
them come close. I mean, that
Yeah.
Johnson has 10, and you have to stripper clip it. I mean, who
But
wants
my
to use it?
immersion. But my immersion.
Yeah,
Um.
my immersion. I
Yeah.
mean,
Got to do it, right?
yeah, whenever I'm playing on the Allied side, I got to break out the Garand or Johnson.
I see a lot of people with the Garand. The M1 Garand is just it murders me. All these rank 1s and rank 10s,
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
gods with that gun. And I think it's just the high fire rate and the quick reload is. I mean, there's really not
It's a
much to it.
strong gun. It's a
Yeah.
strong gun. It really is. The 8 rounds though just kills it for me.
Yeah.
Because
When you use a Turner, I mean,
yeah, we use the
pretty much the
Turner or
same
even the
thing.
G43, three more.
Yeah.
It's like nice.
Cool. Yeah. It's for the authentics. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, for the
And the yeah, and they got their skins and everything, so they're good. They try to save the game. I think they kind of gave up on that,
I
but
think, I think that I think like they had like a hard push for a week, and they're
there's
like,
a push.
EA
Yeah.
Play came and nothing happened. I guess we're actually fucked.
So yeah, so speaking of EA Play, let's just get into that. A lot of people have been trying to find 10-minute long videos to explain this to me. God damn it, I don't know what's.
Teaser. Look
Yeah,
at all the
help
info
me.
we got.
So all they showed was a CGI man smiling
Hmm.
and like close up of their eyes moving and whatnot. They didn't even say what game it was from. They were in the context of talking about Battlefield.
Battlefield, yeah.
Yeah, and we're assuming that's going to be in Battlefield 6. I think all the things we saw there were placeholders in some fashion. So
Yeah.
I even they tease large scale battles, and a building that was crashing down with looks like a levolution effect,
Yeah,
perhaps.
Evolution.
And
It looked cool. I'll give it that.
yeah, the actual tower looked modern, but
Hmm.
all the soldiers were placeholder Japanese fighters or Japanese soldiers from the Pacific in Battlefield 5. I think we've seen this before when they're testing AI and other things like that back in Battlefield 1. Um, God, dude, like that's the scary thing is I feel like they're kind of tempted to start including bots in
The Titanfall.
multiplayer, the Titanfall thing. What do you think about bots in multiplayer?
It's mixed feelings. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess they're going for what, the immersion route? I mean, like, look at all the people around you. There's like 20 minutes storming the beach. Woo! It's like, I mean, it's I don't particularly mind it. I played a little bit of Titanfall, and
Mm-hmm.
the bots in there weren't, I think they were implemented pretty well for what you can do with implementing bots into multiplayer. They didn't really give you much points, but you could still earn some points from them, all the while as you're grinding up to actually getting a Titan that you wanted to call in. Um, but I just I just worry about like it being annoying, like, the sniper's 500 meters away from you, pinging you with their little sniper shots and missing. It's like, hey, fuck off. I got things to do.
Like a bot shit. Damn, and a
Yeah.
bot killing you would be just,
So yeah, it's like
all
you're going some long kill streak. You just like wiped out a squad of 5 actual players. Then you're at 1 health, just remaining. Then like some bot like just little taps you. It's just you're dead. It's like what? Like, come on.
Yeah, they never truly tried that in multiplayer before. From what I know, I don't think a Battlefield game has done that before. It's always been, tests, like not tests, single player co-op. They've had AI in that, but never the actual multiplayer game where
Yeah,
real people are loading in. That'll be interesting. I don't know if that is something they want to do to like maybe falsely up the player count. Like it may look like there's more players in there, but it's still 64 to be 64, but there's like 28 more bots or something. That
yeah,
would be very weird. Um, but I think if you increase it, I would say anything over 50v50. I think by that time it will change how we play Battlefield. Period. I think it would be a whole new set of systems might have to be there to where the formula just kind of breaks apart, like in
yeah.
like standard conquest.
Everything is like based around the 32v32.
Yeah,
It's always been
balance
the
wise.
basis.
Yeah, balance wise, map size, the amount of vehicles. Even though they blew all that in BF5, uh,
Hmm.
oh my god, like Panzerstorm or something. Jesus, I don't know. Eddie, yeah,
Yeah,
you could play with bots in BF2, but it wasn't multiplayer though. Like it wasn't like a public server. It was just you just play with bots, pretty much, with your
I'm worried
friends.
about like,
But
how
anyway,
they'll implement it. Like,
yeah,
I assume like if you implement bots, killing one wouldn't give you like a kill on
no,
like your KD or something.
it's just as
Um,
much as building a fortification kind of points. I would think
yeah,
it's just to
and
grind something, grind squad points or grind something else. I don't know. Maybe they're like guarding something and you got to kill them. Like, it's good for noobs too.
yeah, it's good to like give the noob something to practice on. I just worry about them, a bugging out entirely.
Yeah.
B, I mean,
They
they're
start
probably gonna
turning
find some way
hackers.
to, like, exploit it and, like, just, like, farm up their SPM or something. Probably stupid like that. I could see people doing that.
Ooh,
Uh,
God, I didn't even think about that. Shit. Hacking the bots to where like they don't die, and you just keep shooting them, spamming them, and you just get
shooting them,
tons of hit
like,
marker
if they
points.
always respawn at a certain point, you just sit there and just kill them over and over and over.
Yeah, that'd be very weird. Um,
Yeah. Even then, like, just adding the bots in the game, like, you gotta take into account the players need more ammo because now they have to shoot bots. They have to shoot more things.
perhaps.
They maybe get injured more, they may have to heal more. It's like everything is affected by more players, even if the players are bots. And if we had an actual like,
Right.
if we even like even more actual like actual people and make it like an actual 50 people versus 50 people, I mean, everything is off the walls now. Like, I don't even know how you'd make a decent underground map that's 50v50.
That
I
still
mean, is
might be
it?
a little crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
well, what map in Battlefield 5 or even BF1 do you think would work 50v50?
any
Like
of the
maybe
large AIDS maps, Hamada, Panzerstorm,
those would be
Al
fine.
Sundan.
I'm pretty sure those would be fine. Maybe the Zerging might be a little intense. I don't know.
Yeah, the Zerging would definitely be intense. Um, I mean, it's hard to tell like how you. I don't think they've still come up with an effective way to get players to stop Zerging.
Not since BF1. No, no. They've been blowing that for a few years now. So I think it's worse in BF1, the Zergine. I'm pretty sure. Especially those the circular maps had a
Yeah, there's
really big problem.
definitely some maps where you're definitely like swooping around in circles, like one team chasing the other.
Yeah, I remember there were some in BF4 that had that issue, but they were a lot bigger, I think. But yeah,
Mm.
Zerging's always been an issue, and I think that has most to do with. I have a theory that it might have to do with the TTK, perhaps, and that's probably why. So if you increase TTK, naturally Zerging will just happen more often because less people or more people will be damaged and not dead. So
Yeah,
more people will be grinding for those ability points, like giving people more ammo, giving people more health. So they'll just be following around the Zerg to get more points, and there'll be more. I don't know. Yeah, there'll just be more to do. 'Cause I think
yeah.
that's
As like
why.
the
Yeah.
TTK is as TTK is lower, like there's more safety in numbers because if you have enough people shooting in a direction, some of the bullets are going to land.
The time to kill lower. Yeah. If I said
Yeah.
higher, I apologize. But yeah, 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 definitely.
As time to kill is lower, like the more people are, the more safer you objectively are. I mean, sure, there's like the unlucky time where maybe you don't see an MMG or and he mows all you down with an MG42 in half a second. But in general, like in a Zerg thing, like the more people in the lower TTK, it's like a marriage, hand in hand.
So what other attributes do you think would change or would need to change? Let's just stick to perhaps conquest as a mode. Would all you really need to do if you let's say that it was a 128 player, you would probably have to be the size of Panzerstorm, if not bigger, and there probably have to be like what 4 or 5 more flags to capture,
That's
or what?
that
Like,
sounds like what you would need to do at the minimum to like actively sprout these people, unless you want like, I mean, you could
hmm.
be like gunning for like 32v32 fights. I mean, if you're doing that, then you can keep the flags the same. But I think that becomes too overwhelming almost.
Yeah,
Like
I
like
mean
there's so
the
much going on you. How do you react and actually play it smartly without,
and would you ever get to those other flags during that playtime anyway?
yeah.
Like the map is so big, you probably get stuck at a few flags and you really never experience the whole map. Maybe that's something that they don't want because again, that breaks the formula of the way we play Battlefield. Usually, on most of the good maps, you are on every flag during one round.
Yeah, at least once you're going through the whole map.
So I would
Like
think perhaps if you're increasing everything, would you have to increase like the run speed or the healing
give them more
speed?
vehicles, like more like Jeeps or something.
Yeah, there could be more vehicles and whatnot. That hopefully more transport vehicles would be
Yeah,
great.
just transport vehicles. Like
Please.
keep the tanks low, please. Keep the planes low, please.
Oh my
But
god. Well,
like, I mean, just think about even like if you put it up to 64v64. I mean, the explosives also they have to be. You have to look at them and make sure you get it right because I mean that's suddenly 32 more people on a side who could potentially be using rockets, C4, whatever the hell like explosive implement they want to use. I mean, can you imagine like 32 more people with a fucking UCAV? I don't I don't really want to imagine it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would work in Conquest. I just don't. I think it would be it would just be boring as fuck. I mean, because if the maps are as big as they are now, they're gonna be even larger in 128 man servers if they miraculously have the technology to have a lag-free server that can handle all those things at one time. I mean, come on here.
Yeah,
Like they can
I mean,
barely handle the servers now at 60.
I can barely get this game to run 120 FPS like constant when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
Um, as you know, if you add more people, then you add bigger maps, and both of those are not conducive to more frames or even equal frames. All you're doing is tanking your frames.
I feel like I feel like they don't want to completely reinvent the wheel this time around. Maybe later they might think about it. It has to be a slow progression. I've never seen Dice just throw away a formula and then start it over. It's always very gimmicky first, like a
Yeah.
Levolution kind of thing.
Mhm.
It just it changes some part of the map or added a weather effect or whatever. Just kind of think people were talking about this before those games came out anyway. It's like it would be cool if we could have night and day shifts. Like it doesn't change the formula,
It's
it's
just a
just the
scenery
same.
thing, yeah.
It's a scenery thing, yeah. So if they were to actually reinvent the wheel, this is something we don't want them to fucking do because every time they try to do that, there's not enough time to test it. It always falls apart. It's broken at launch. There's bugs
Mhm.
everywhere. We don't want them to do that. So that's why I think if they are going to have a gimmick of higher player count, it has to be a separate like game mode almost, like a grand operations. That's where you get
Yeah,
the big thing. Kind of like what Call of Duty's doing. They got their Warzone. They got their what the fuck is it called again? The Battlefield mode. What is
ground
it
war.
called? Ground
Um,
War.
yeah.
Those are all like separate modes, right? If you have Conquest, I think Conquest is going to stay Conquest 32v32. All right. And if you want the Ground War maps for 128 people, it's not going to be a BR. I mean, you never know with Dice. Like they might just add a BR because they have more people. So I don't know. But
I mean, they don't add
it,
a BR. I mean,
I think what they'll go with is this whole grand operation kind of thing. They'll probably just call it tactical operations or what the fuck. I don't know. But I'm sure they'll call it something different, and that will be like the big game mode with the larger scale maps, all out war, tanks everywhere, planes, helicopters, all that kind of thing. It's just on a massive map or almost like the size of like a BR map or something. Maybe I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know. They'll
like
think
what
of
they're trying to
something.
what they're trying to promote and whatnot. Like it'll be in the trailers and everything or something. As long
It's
as they
all
like
yeah.
include Conquest 32v32, as long as like we have the old reliable,
Yeah, I
the-
think they're not going to get rid of that, man. I just don't see that coming.
it would unless I mean you would think it would be incomprehensible for them to like do it,
This is why I'm scared. I'm so scared.
but
This next game is like I feel like they're gonna
it's
everybody hate
your
like
brain.
Dice devs are like everybody hates us. Everything we do, they just hate us. We gave them new costumes, but they still yell and throw things at us. We have to reinvent the wheel again. No, like I'm very scared for that first trailer of like, hmm, they're
Yeah, I
gonna
just
fuck this up.
like I just want a good first trailer where there's nothing anything controversial that could separate the community, aka a woman with a metal arm. I mean, I frankly don't care if it's a woman with a metal arm, but obviously most of the community didn't like it. And like just stick to the stable battlefield we know, and
Yeah.
it will be fine. As long as you don't fuck things up too much, like changing the TTK twice. and actually delivering content, we'll be happy.
Yeah,
But
it's that was a stretch for Battlefield 5. That's hard work, apparently.
yeah, it's
Something terrible happened, and people couldn't get their company coin to buy cosmetics, so they had to, break down the system for 3 months to get that working again. It's like
mhm.
that just can't happen anymore. That's probably
It's just
probably the
this
sole
level of
reason why they canned this game in the first place.
yeah, just this level of quality that you see, like, even in COD, nothing like your currency system is broken in COD. Like, nothing, like, intricate and vital to your game is broken. There's some minor bugs, there's some stupid shit, but
Sure.
there's nothing like none of these fundamental groundbreaking bugs that is glaringly offensive, you know?
Yeah, and I think that was one of the major problems with Battlefield 5 is that there's the little things really stuck out, kind of like things, expectations or major feedback points, like something as simple as, oh, can I equip more assignments, please? Can I do it between rounds, please? Like, these are great feedback points, right? Fantastic.
Yeah,
And if I was a developer, I was like, yeah, we fucked up. We should have thought about that. We'll add that in. That seemed like an impossibility in Battlefield 5. Straight up, like, we don't have the time, more money, or manpower to even attempt to fix something as trivial as that. And
yeah.
that's where the red flag should come popping up
It's these
everywhere.
little quality of life things that you don't think really matters much, but actually, like, really
Dude,
start grinding on the players' minds as they play over and over and over. Like, every time up, I complete assignment. I gotta leave. Sorry, guys. Maybe I'll get back into server. Maybe it'll be full. Who knows? I gotta hope and pray.
it's
And little things like that really grind on the
the
player. Like,
typical day on Battlefield is just like this, pretty much. Oh, I unlocked a new gun. Oh wait, I can't equip it, right? And then you go back and try to buy it with company coins. Like, oh, I finally found the menu to do that. Hop into a game, have an error because I can't join on my friend, right? Like,
yeah,
every step there's something urging you. Like, I can't play with my friends because I get an error. Oh, we joined a server. It's unbalanced. Sorry. We exit the server. Find another one. Oh, there's a cheater on this one. It ruined everything. I'm gonna go to bed now. Like, it's
yeah.
just there's not a whole lot of fundamentals that are keeping people in to Battlefield 5 explicitly. So
What would you feel about, like, removing the server browser entirely and going to, like, a COD matchmaking system?
oh my god, I would hate it. I would fucking uh for PC players, dude, we were so used to uh rental servers or like private servers where we can play it Battlefield the way we want to play it, where
Mhm.
there's like, it's a conquest, higher ticket count, just normal, not hard, non-hardcore, server admins rules, like, can't use grenades or whatever, or something like that. And we were used to that for a long time, and
Yeah.
I mean, even for Call of Duty, we're used to that until I think it was Black Ops or Modern Warfare 3 or 2 had the. I think it was Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, the one with the airport, I think it was. Anyway, that one had the lobby system, and if that person who was hosting that lobby had shit internet, the server would
Everyone would
crash.
yeah.
Yeah. So we hated that, and as time went on, I'm sure that got better and better, and now it's just dedicated servers hosting those lobbies, pretty much, which is fine and dandy. But I'm looking for the customization. That's what makes Battlefield really cool, is that you can go into 24/7, yeah, locker 24/7, or
Yeah.
these are community generated experiences. All right,
Mhm.
not dice experiences, which is what we got in Battlefield 5. Now you're telling me you want to get rid of the the I don't know, the variety of that and just kind of go with what dice wants you to play is just a nightmare for me. because there
Yeah,
probably just
I
will
don't really think
be.
it's the right option. I don't think they should do it. I think it would be like a complete dumpster fire. But like
It would
maybe
remedy
it's just
some
if I
problems. Is that
haven't like maybe it would remedy some problems with like I don't know stacking or something, or maybe like
yeah, yeah, definitely it would. I mean,
servers and
kinda.
whatnot. But at the end of the day, like it's been so long since I had a good RSP program. I sort of forget about all of like the good things, and I'm hoping Dice doesn't forget about how much you know we adored it in the previous battlefields because like it's so nice to be able to go into like a conquest rotation and know what the maps and be like we're going to have this and this and this and this and it's going to be every single map I like because I have like-minded players who also agree that these are the best maps to play. But yeah, like Tombstone said, instead we have like extreme weather or we get like these shit tier playlists of like 3 province breakthrough and then twisted stale breakthrough. Like, what are you doing? Like, don't send me to these places.
Right. That's just it's a natural thing to where the man or the government has the power to tell us how to do things, right? What made Battlefield cool is that the community shaped that,
Yeah,
experience. And that's where people fell in love with it, where there's 24/7 vehicle heavy maps or things like that. And so they tried to they attempted that, right? But they kind
yeah.
of
But they
they
don't have
got
like
rid of.
that.
Yeah,
It's like they don't play the game. Like
yeah, it doesn't
anyone,
go with the
most
trend.
players,
There's no
even the most
trend.
basic players, will look at these posts and be like, "What? What are you doing?"
Yeah,
Like, like
it's
I
all
sort
coming
of
from
like
like one person or something, like one
Yeah, I
idea.
sort of like what they have right now with the tactical and strategical conquest. It's sort of like
Yeah,
splitting up the maps in between half and half. I like that. I do.
yeah. It's not good
Um,
enough, but it's a
it's
start.
not yeah, it's not there, but like it's better than before, I will admit.
Yeah, it's not a
I mean, how
clusterfuck.
long it'll last? Maybe we'll have it for a week. Maybe we'll have it for two. Maybe it won't last one. I don't know. That's the
Yeah,
thing, though. We don't know how long it'll last.
yeah. There's nothing flexible or robust or no tech. you know, uh, there's no tech to do it to make this a. Oh my god, it's so crazy, Squirrel, that it doesn't seem like this game was made for a live service to where things if the community wants a certain thing, it doesn't look like they have a foundation to actually implement said feedback. You know, it
Yeah,
seems like there was nothing there. It was just like it's a shell of a game kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's no room for there was like UI elements that were blocked for some strange reason. Um,
yeah.
it doesn't seem like you can add new game modes like all the ones that we were looking at. Maybe I could show you guys here. This these are all unreleased game modes that perhaps if they had more time and money was flowing, they could have implemented it later on in like new chapters of war or new tides of war, um, or new theaters of war. Excuse me. So I mean, you got things like a 32 invasion where you build structures like airfields, like it's okay, or
Yeah,
tank factory, destroy enemy resource while protecting your own. I mean, it's basically like an outpost, but one on each side kind of thing. Like everyone, it's like a fortress v fortress kind of mode, I would assume.
mhm,
Instead of building sandbags, you're building like I don't know,
airfields and
airplanes and
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Like, I just think with the setting they chose and with how the community is pretty specific about their historical accuracies, I think it's really hard for them to do a live service model for this game
yeah.
because you got to have something every week, and there just isn't enough to put in there that you can do every week. If you look in like the Call of Duty season 4 awards, we got skins, we got like little sprays, we got little charms and stuff. Well, that's to fill up the seasons and the weeks as we
it's all
progress.
set up. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but none of that, if you put it in Battlefield, would work because the players would be in an uproar. They're like, I mean, just seeing Masaki gets their blood boiling. Uh, I mean, they're just the setting isn't right for the live service model. I think you could certainly get away with it, maybe if it was modern with sprays and stuff, but uh, I just don't think World War II is the setting for it. I know they were hopping on the bandwagon. The same thing with Firestorm because hey, it was the hip, trendy new thing. But um,
It,
sometimes you gotta look at the bigger picture and be like, no, it won't work.
they were just struggling to release new weapons for months.
Mm-hmm.
We only got like skin here or there or tier skips. Like they just ran out of ideas or something as
Tier skips,
things
so
were
tier
winding
skips, so
down.
tier skips.
Yeah, just tons of tier skips for new players or whatever. I mean, there are way better ways. Even back, just looking back a few years ago, a couple games ago, you had double XP, you had these events for new
Mhm.
players that come by like a year later, so they can catch up. You had the bundles, packs, and whatnot that sometimes I think they were free at one point. They ended up charging people later on down the line. You pay like $10, you get all the guns.
Yeah, all of, like the engineer assault like kit shit. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
all that stuff came out later. Like there's better ways to implement that whole thing. So they implemented something worse into like a season kind of thing for the live service or a new tides of or a new chapter, excuse me. Yeah. So for which is basically our new season, and it
yeah.
just kind of went like it was just fell face first into the ground. Wait, what? Like we only got like company coins for half of them. Like, I think yeah, 50% were just company coin rewards,
Hmm.
and then for the weekly challenge you get tier skips that you like
It would have
magically
been
get or something.
it would have been better if they actually like didn't they say early on that everything that could be bought with coins could be got with company coins? Was that a,
At one
was that a
point,
conversation?
yeah, it had that. Yeah. It was something like
And
that,
there
but
was
it
like
was
some image of
worded.
like
Yeah, it was worded a specific way to where they can kind of get away. They didn't say like every skin. They're like it should have added another column there, like cool skins are with
yeah.
boins. If you want cool skins, you pay for boins. But I'm pretty sure people were thinking it's like, oh well, if you grind enough, you can get the grind currency to pay for the cool stuff. As long as you played and you played a lot, you'll get rewarded with that without paying money.
Yeah.
But when they first implemented the store, which is like months later, it
Months later, yeah.
it kind of you know subverted our expectations, and then the memes came out. EA's greedy, all that stuff.
Hmm.
I think they're gonna change that for the next game for Battlefield 6. I think you're gonna be able to have grind currency. It's gonna be a gimmick. I almost guarantee you, it's gonna be in the promotional material. The guy on the stage is gonna go like, you can earn everything this time with grind currency.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna happen because they always respond to it. And
Yeah.
there's
It's like
probably
you
gonna
don't
be
have
that
to pay
guy. Yeah,
money besides buying the game or something. I mean,
they're already going down that route with the new Star Wars game. There's no microtransactions for that motherfucker. But
no
we'll see how
microtransactions.
long that lasts. I don't know how long they'll keep that promise, but maybe it's some sort of test bench for EA to try to be the good guys in all of this. What do you think?
Maybe. I mean, it wouldn't fit their MO, but I mean, they've got to try something new, right? Because they saw how well it went in this game.
Oh, they have forgotten about this game. Trust me, I don't think we'll hear
Yeah,
about
it's in the
this.
past.
It's in the
Like,
past. They're like, wait, we made Battlefield 5. Oh, you mean Battlefield 1, the one that we sold a lot? Yeah. That was a great game.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good game. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
BF4. Oh, best ever. Like they'll never mention BF5.
yeah, it'll be like Hardline. No one mentions it.
Oh yeah, that too. I
Yeah,
totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Hardline. Yes, good memories. I never even got that game. I never bought it.
Yeah,
I heard it's pretty good, but it just didn't fit the theme for what
it
I
got
thought Battle.
better. Yeah, it was pretty much. It would have been, I think, a little bit more successful. Yeah, I had Brett FX on the show a couple weeks ago, and he was like, if it just didn't have the Battlefield name on it, it would be successful to this very day.
Yeah.
But that was, Visceral, EA. They're like, you guys can make a lot of money if you just put the Battlefield thing on there, and so they just made a Battlefield Cops and Robbers, and it was cool, but there's no content. There's the content was the hard part again. For some reason, they just couldn't bring the content at a steady pace, and by the time the entire population of that game, they just all left for Call of Duty games were coming out, and there's no one there. And right when everyone left, all the content got shoved in. And it was like actually good maps, good DLC maps came in, but there was no one to play it with. I remember playing that on the daily, and then since I found no servers, I went to go play Call of Duty. Then it came back to try the new maps, but there's only like 2 servers running DLC maps because the player base was split. You have to pay for that stuff to play the new stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was kind of it's kind of whatever.
The player base split reminds me of like what they said about premium and why like they didn't want to put in premium in this game.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe I'm like biased because I always got premium because it was just cheaper in the end. But like, did it really split the player base that much?
Well, no, because there wasn't a player base. That's there wasn't enough people to where it would matter. But
I'm like in Battlefield 1 or 4 or whatever.
Because we were on one platform, PC, and the other people were on console. So they would have all the fun. The player base probably wasn't that bad of an issue, unlike PC. And that's where most of the vocal people are, I would say. For influencers, they're always playing on PC. And we felt the extreme of that player base split. And it was crazy because they never made it free later on or anything like that. And I think that's probably what they should have for the next game, is have some sort of a season or like a premium slash free to play kind of thing. So like if you pay for the premium service, you get the map earlier, or you get the maps earlier for like a week or so, 2 weeks, and then everyone else gets to hop on those maps for free. So everything stays free, but if you want early access, you pay. And I think people pay for early access. Like that's I pay for early access
because it'd give me early access.
Exactly. That's probably one of the only reasons why people bought Deluxe Edition.
I mean, I wasn't too excited about the skins, but I didn't think I'd be let down that much.
Yeah. Yeah, then you buy it and like, oh fuck. Like, yeah. Oh well. I got scammed. Well, whatever. I got to play the game earlier, and that's good enough for me. And then Origin came out with its own thing. They have their own premiere access to like a whole bunch of different games and whatnot. I thought that was all really cool. But there's no fucking games to play on there, so I kind of got scammed again.
It's like, you get like maybe one of like some weird Sims game or something, maybe some sports games, maybe a Need for Speed, and it's like, okay, neat.
Yeah, it's just gonna suck because Origin's always gonna be here, and even though a lot of the Battlefield games are starting to go onto Steam now, we're getting on the Steam noobs coming in for PC. That's been an interesting experience. We've probably talked about that here in a second. But yes, I think the next Battlefield is definitely going to be on Steam. There's probably some sort of contract that got uplifted, or I don't know what happened, but that's great. You get more people playing Battlefield, more access to it, but you still need Origin to play.
Mm-hmm.
You still need that. It's kind of like if you bought Assassin's Creed on Origin, you have to press a button. You have to have Uplay to access it. and which is great because it's a DRM thing. You don't want people like hacking your game and shit. And yeah, so you need some sort of starter. It's really lessened the amount of people leaking games on the internet to where you can just play it and have a like a key loader or something to unlock it. It's a lot harder to do now, so I'll kind of save them hella money on like uh fraudulent copies of the game. That used to be a big thing back in the day until because Steam didn't really have a proper system. It was kind of more open. There's no DRMs for certain games. It just kind of loaded it and then started up the exe, I guess. But now you have to go through all these loops, and this is how the companies control their games. Cloud services, fuck. It's just it just makes them more money. it's the proper way to go. So
and I think it going to Steam is a great idea just because it opens it up to more markets, more people.
Yes,
like
that's what we
there's a
need.
ton of more people on Steam than there are Origin, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Like probably like 5 times at
Millions.
least. Millions, yeah.
Yeah, millions more. So that's gonna be great for Battlefield 6 already. Population's going up. I heard Origin is actually redesigning all of the friend list stuff that we have. The friend list is going to be completely redesigned. It's already in beta right now. So probably by BF6 time, we'll actually have a decent, hopefully a decent friend matchmaking system or squad system. I don't know, but it's been shit forever.
It's so bad, man. Like my Origin, it's bugged to all hell. I try to, if I just like have my computer up for a couple of days, like Origin will like become nigh unresponsive but still working. I'll click on shit, and it like nothing will happen. I'll look back 10 minutes later. Okay, the friend list finally popped up. I'm like, oh thanks. It's useless to me now though. It's it's such. I don't get how they made it so bad.
Well, it's kind of thinking of like, well, why can't they make Madden a better game? You know, over time, it's just they don't really think about the user experience too much, and that's why they're regarded as one of the worst companies in the world. Is because of that. Customer service is shit. It's always been shit. So the user experience is just going to be a slow progression to, you know, until enough people complain. Really, I'm glad they're doing something about it. They've been talking about anti-cheat, making a whole new anti-cheat system. There was a few articles earlier this year talking about that. Never got for Battlefield 5, unfortunately, and never will. It's
never
dead.
will. Yeah,
it'll always be a hacker's paradise, people. I'm telling you. So, yeah, the hacker situation will always be manual. I don't think they'll ever fix it. I'll be surprised if they did.
It's so like it's such a weird issue. Like to like have a hacker problem. It's never really something like I really like faced really before in any other game like this bad. And it's like it's crazy how I can go and like one of like 8 servers open and like you'll find a hacker and you'll find another one and they're so blatant like the kill feed is just headshot 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 headshot. It's like come on. Don't you have some basic flagging principles where if a guy headshots 5 people in a quarter of a second, maybe he's doing something suspicious? I mean, maybe. I mean, you don't have to ban him, but just like look into it. It's.
I can't. I just want someone to leak something from DICE Sweden. Say, oh yeah, we couldn't implement the cheating software to be live because you couldn't get your company coin after every round. Like if something like that came out, like then it would be embarrassing, yes, but they've embarrassed themselves many times already. But like it would make a lot more sense. But you don't want to say that publicly, of course, because then the cheaters would just fucking invade you like goddamn Normandy or something. It just, I think something happened there where, because I mean BF1's on the same system. Same architecture, everything, you know, and that was Yeah, for a long time, it was posted live. It was like, hey, this person was yeeted off all the
Yeah,
servers globally.
I would show a message every time, and it was pretty often too. Like it showed like, hey, they're actually doing their jobs. Like I don't really get
It's
why you
yeah.
wouldn't show it. Like it shows the community you're actually doing something.
Even if it's
Because
real or not, it would
yeah,
still be something that like, oh my, like I'm getting some satisfaction here, like get him out of here kind of thing. And some of them were banned live, as we were playing. I remember that in
yeah.
BF1, like
See
the
it in your server,
name
and
matched.
then poof gone, and then a message would show up, and it's like nice. Like
Yeah,
thank
right.
you.
So I was thinking maybe something just went terribly wrong in BF5 to where that live system just didn't play well, didn't play nice with all the systems they had in there, and yeah, it just
Yeah,
kind of blew up
it
in their
felt like
faces.
they redesigned like a bunch of systems for this game, and all of them seem to be subpar to what they were.
Yeah, it
Like we
just
have the
yeah.
UI can't hold so many playlists. I mean, fair fight doesn't work well. I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a multitude of things. It's like you wonder how it could have gone bad, but at the end of the day, it's like all we can do is speculate.
All we can do is speculate, and I feel like, hey, what's up, Godly? Hey, thanks for the sub, dude. Welcome on in, everybody. Zafara says he looks like you or something. Started freaking him out. That's funny. Um, but it just kind of seems hopefully the future of the franchise will be saved by this next game. Now that they have time, probably have more technology. They got more room to breathe with the new Xbox and PlayStation coming out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, just better systems, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why they shut it down. Straight up is this is part of old architecture, and we're not making money off of it anymore. Well, who else is in there? The Star Wars people? You guys, you're done, right?
Yeah.
Um, we're working on this new stuff, so that's why I feel like this is a new era for EA, and even all their games, all new systems, because
Like it's like a
the
big
loot box
chance to like revitalize.
revitalize the company, EA, and all their production companies, all their developing companies. I mean, get all of them into the same loop, right? Same engine, use Frostbite or use Unreal or whatever the hell what else they use, and let's get everyone on the same page, because I think we are at BF5 was the end of the loot box era. I think that they're the money grabbing era, where it
Yeah.
all kind of started with the Star Wars Battlefront. And Star Wars Battlefront 2 is when they started taking the sports stuff and implementing it into the shooter base of their players, and it kept going, and it was implemented in BF1, and then that shit became hella illegal. So I bet you if that shit would have kept going, it's still BF5 is still in that architecture for loot boxes, and they had to redesign all of it and delete it pretty much. I'm pretty certain, because the UI is very similar to BF1. You got the boxes and everything. These are just larger for some reason and look dumber. But yeah, way dumber. I don't know who the UI designer was, but it was like convoluted, overly complicated. You could have just copy pasted from BF1. I think you'd be okay at that
Mm-hmm.
point. But yeah, things just got worse and worse over time. But yeah, okay.
The loot boxes from Battlefield 1 actually I didn't mind. Mostly because you could get them with, your regular company coins or what called war bonds? War bonds or something?
Yeah, war bonds. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like it was actually like done well because I mean, as I played a lot, you had a lot of these war bonds, you could sell off your previous skins and you could buy more of these crates. I mean, sure you could buy them with real money, but if you played as much as like we did, you didn't have to invest that real time money. And like you could guarantee you got a gold skin using the superior chest or whatever, and it actually felt like you weren't getting scammed really.
It
I actually felt
was
like it was worth your time.
the EA surprise mechanics. That's what
Yeah.
those were. And but people love that shit. I used to play Hearthstone a lot, and opening up packs was just like a ritual. You go back all the way, like maybe perhaps this all started with the Pokemon phase. The Pokemon era. Like people just bought packs and hoped
And
there was a
Yu-Gi-Oh
fucking
stuff.
Charizard card in there. And I got implemented to card games or digital card games later on. Hearthstone was one of the biggest. Gotta get them all, pretty much. Gotta catch them all. Get the gold versions of them, grind it out, and they made fuck ton of money. I gave them hundreds of dollars every time there was an expansion pack out. I was like, blap, $200, 400 packs. Let's open it all up, kind of thing. And that's still going on. The craze is still there. So
yeah, it's crazy because like you need the cards, and you can get the cards through buying them, right?
yeah, you need the cards to play them. You can't just. I mean, if you collect enough, you can like dust them and then purchase them with the dust. But it costs. It's just like.
I assume it's a long grind.
It's insane. Yeah, it's almost
insane,
impossible, basically. But it's just enough to where I'll buy a pack for like $2 or something, and then there you go. Then you got FIFA. Yeah, then you got FIFA Ultimate Team. Then you got MLB. Then you got 2K. I mean, you got all those games that derive off of Ultimate Team collections and getting the best player ever. Though you spent like $1,000 already on packs, that kind of stuff. I don't think they want to do that anymore. It's kind of like.
Yeah, some of the countries are starting to notice, and it's starting to get on the gray area of legal.
Yeah, exactly. But EA wants to keep it, or at least their sports games. They heard from us FPS players, Star Wars fans, that we don't want that kind of crap in our games. So yeah, we'll have to see. I would be very surprised if there's no microtransactions. Would you be at all?
Yeah, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah,
they'd
nuts.
they'd have to include skins of some type. Like I just feel like to just put out like the base game and then like either the live service or DLC model that they go through, there's got to be. They want money, and they're going to find either some way to either like make the live service like progress faster for you, or some way for you to customize and look cooler, or something to set yourself apart. Like the idea of there not being microtransactions would be like insane to me.
Yeah, I think so. That's like a missed opportunity, especially in this market. It would be nuts. I wouldn't know what to think about that, but it would be cool. I mean, you don't have to worry about it no more. But I'm really eager to see how the Star Wars game is going to be. But dude, I'm feeling like it's gonna flop hard, dude. It doesn't seem like it has much depth to it. It seems like you got some what. It feels like Assassin's Creed type power ups as you progress along, and you collect those, and then you play the regular 5v5 for like 100 hours. Like, is there anything else?
What is it, like 5v5 like starfighters, and that's it?
Yeah, are there gonna be like ultimate starfighters? Am I gonna be able to play in the Millennium Falcon or?
I just feel like
cruiser,
it's very hard to like.
It can be very niche.
Like expand on just the topic of your game is fully centered around starships or whatever in the Star Wars universe. There's only so many you can play. There's only so many maps you can make. I mean, maybe you can get some different game modes, but I don't really fully see a game. It'd be great if it was like intertwined with Battlefront, like combined for a nice package. But
yeah, they tried that.
Standalone, it just seems. I don't know. It seems like it's going to have a rough time.
Yeah, I don't see it having a long life, but people are gonna love it because of the cross-platform and VR crossplay. That's gonna definitely hit a good market for sure, and I think that's where they were aiming.
People have crossplay in BF6?
Oh, absolutely. Will we have VR crossplay in Battlefield 6? That's the question.
It just comes. I don't
Yes.
know. I mean,
Single player mission, VR mission.
I just gotta hope the aim assist isn't as outrageous as it currently is, because it's aim assist is rough both in COD and even in Battlefield. I don't. There's gonna be so many times where you just get snapped on by some console kid, and it's like, well, shit.
I guess I'll die.
Guess I'll die, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty worried about aim assist, to be honest. Um, especially with
And,
large scale battle. I mean, it's just gonna be a.
mm,
How are they gonna do? I can't figure this
I don't
out.
understand how they're gonna balance it. Like,
Yeah, that's
I,
just
I
too much.
honestly don't see them going to more players, like a 50v50, even 64v64, because even with new consoles, they're undoubtedly going to try to update their graphics or whatever. I just don't think that the consoles can maintain that
I
with bigger
mean,
maps and more players. I mean,
they're
I
just gonna
haven't
have to
looked at their
sacrifice.
specs, but it just seems hard.
I mean, how many people on Warzone right now?
It's 32 as well. 32, 32.
Warzone
Oh, that's like 150 max.
150, and
Yeah.
that's on current gen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why couldn't they do
Yeah, I
that?
guess. Although I'd warrant that COD runs better than Battlefield, but
Yeah, so
yeah,
Battlefield would have to go
it's
down to probably lower their standards, or not, maybe not lower their standards, but they're pretty low already.
yeah,
I mean, like technology wise or graphic wise is what I mean. That's something that they're gonna have to uh,
yeah. Like when they showed us
downscale.
the dude's face at EA Play, I was like, "That's great. I'm still going to be on all low, and it's going to look like a blurry fucking mess." Thanks.
Look at, I mean, look at the Battlefield 5 models now. There's tons of memes of like some sort of like pasty face or something, or like barely any like facial structure. I mean, you've seen those scary looking faces from Battlefield 5 alone, and that's now. So yeah, stick figures or invisible players, man. Can't wait for that meme to come back. Um Now you have more invisible players because you have more people in there.
I just the I don't know what they're going for. Like, RTX so hard you can see the dude's like reflection 20 meters away in a person in front of you. I don't know. Like, but there's got to be a limit where you got to realize that all these graphics are pretty much never used except for like 0.01% of the community who have, the most super giga computers, you know?
Yeah, not everyone has the same computer, and dude, the new consoles not super impressive compared to like what I have right next to me right now.
Yeah.
Like I have, even though I have an RTX 2070, it's, I mean, I don't think the graphics on the Xbox are about on par, I would think. Um, I probably have way more RAM than it does, way more
Yeah.
solid states, better cooling. I don't know the specs on an Xbox, but are you looking that up right now?
Yeah. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. That's nice.
Yeah, that's like on par
Or with most, yeah.
with most gaming computers now. So it's not like ahead of the times. It's just catching up with the times that I've been through for the last like 5 years. 5 years of technology age is, I mean, you go through that like crazy,
Yeah. I mean,
exponential in
5 years
technology.
ago, what was like the newest GPU line? Was like what, the 900 series, 800 series?
I don't know. Yeah,
Maybe even more?
probably. I don't remember.
It's like what? Either way, it's just this constant battle of them of trying to keep up with the consoles, trying to like
Or
keep up with the
yeah,
PC, and
the
it doesn't really
PCs.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Xbox is pretty much PC at this point. They have all this standard technology that PC people or enthusiasts have been buying for last 10 years now,
Yeah.
and it's starting to catch up. thing is price point. That's always been the issue with consoles is price point.
Yeah.
And if they're at lower prices, don't have to build it. It's there. It's working. Sometimes you'll get a red ring of death or something. Don't worry, just exchange it or what. They don't have to deal with upgrading their systems or.
Yeah, they don't have to deal with like this upgrade. They don't have to deal with like Windows throws you some weird fucking bug, and like
Yeah,
you
it's
have to like
all its own
tinker
system.
with your system and the fan curve sometimes. I mean, it's like, plug and play, which is what they
Yeah,
want.
and they're struggling with 120 FPS. That's what
Yeah,
they're promising.
they're like,
120 for some
maximum
things.
maximum best conditions you get in 120.
Yeah.
Like, congrats, welcome.
Yeah, I've been on I think when I got this monitor here in front of me, I think I got that. It's 144 hertz. It's like one of the first models or something, like 6 or 7 years ago or something. I think I've had this screen for that long, and that's been 144 hertz. I play all my games at 144 frames when I can, when they're
Mhm.
optimized, but or higher. And like they're now not even catching up to those refresh rates. Hell, some phones are. I think there's one phone out there that's 144 hertz. I think it's one of those gamer phones or something.
Yeah, like even like Razer's trying to get into the phone market. Like Asus is
Yeah,
trying to as well. I
yeah,
don't. The
gamer
mobile
phone.
gamers are out there and they love their microtransactions, but I I could never see the appeal of mobile gaming.
Yeah, yeah. You get the what was it? The Diablo Eternal or whatever. What was it
Oh
called?
yeah,
That was funny.
Diablo
There you
something.
go. And then you got Skyrim again on the. That was such a funny phase in gaming history. Oh,
I can't wait
it's
to buy another copy of GTA 5 on the PS5. The Red Dead Redemption,
it's free.
whatever Skyrim.
Yeah, the that it's always been an issue, but I'm glad they're catching up finally. I just wish they. Again, it's just a price point, dude. You can't put a fucking $1,500 or $2,000 worth of equipment into a little box with some ventilation and then charge them $1,500 for it. Like, no one's gonna buy a $1,500 Xbox or PlayStation, um, unless it's on a payment plan like they do for their Verizon phones or whatnot. Then they'll
Yeah,
probably do it. Then they'll probably do it. But I don't think that's how that works.
because that's
I
always how they
guess.
sort of separate. Like, hey, if I wanted to pay that much, I'd get a PC.
Yeah. I mean, this
They're
phone
like,
I have, this Google phone's like $900 fucking dollars, but I don't have that kind of money. I pay like $20 a month or something for like
yeah, like the
2 years.
phones. Like, if you think I'm gonna pay $1,200 for some Apple iPhone, like you're out of your mind.
Yeah. You
It's
see
not
your
happening.
Yeah, you see your next door neighbor running around with a family plan of like 5 iPhone 10s or whatever. They're like, how the fuck do you afford that? They're not paying like straight out of pocket for that. It's just a payment plan. Maybe that's what they'll have to go for new PCs, but I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of companies involved, lots of legal shit. I don't know, man, but I just want people to build their own PCs, dude. Like it's an
Can't we
experience.
all be PC players? Come on, join the
Yeah,
family.
you got your if you want to, your controller, joystick, your VR, plug it into the USB, man. I don't care. You want to use mouse and keyboard, fine by me. And yeah, it's just I'm just glad again that Xbox and PS5 are more like PC now, and it's just less
Yeah,
of an issue for me. So that's good. It's good. It's just yeah, I don't want to be held back by consoles anymore. I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, just look at what happened to Battlefield 3 during that time. We're playing with high refresh rates, great graphics. Go play on the regular Xbox 360 or whatever, and you're playing like a trash can game with like low settings at 30 FPS. Just you didn't get the experience us PC got, and so thus the master race still is here.
Yeah, it's just the difference between like the games that can happen at times from like graphics and frame rate is such a big difference.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I still don't. As they get closer, it'll make crossplay better, but still, the main issue is always going to be with crossplay aim assist. I wonder
Yeah.
if they'll try to if they'll try to match it up where you know we'll try to put more people of the same system together,
Yeah, they'll
or
do that. They'll do that. They'll do it just like they do it for Call of Duty right now. Maybe
yeah,
just add more options. I just don't know what that's like yet. I haven't been playing a lot of Call of Duty. Have you been playing a lot of Modern
not
Warfare?
not really. I play like a hit of Warzone from time to time, but it's you know,
Yeah. What's
I'll
up,
play it,
Enders?
and it's I've had enough.
What's up,
Yeah, if I got
Alcoholizer?
melted in, a quarter of a second. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's the
It's just a
Amos
different.
is.
It's apples and oranges.
Yeah, I just don't know what it's like. I guess I would have to. I don't know. Maybe, I talked to Del Tara about it a little bit, and he seems fine with it right now. But they keep adding more aim assist options, and I found out there's a new option out there that's pretty much an aimbot. I watched a video of some guy displaying
Mhm.
it, and I also have critics that were kind of against that, and they're like, "Oh, he's just moving his right stick, and that's why it's doing that." But once you move, or once you start strafing and not standing still, it goes away. So I don't know who to believe, really. Like, I don't play with controllers, so I wouldn't fucking know.
Yeah,
But from what that guy was explaining, it looked like a soft lock, pretty much. And I don't want to go up against that in
yeah.
Battlefield. Like,
To be fair, I'd say there's going to be a far greater amount of console peasants that have no idea what they're doing and are going to be a fucking farm. Then there's going to be skilled cons players who can abuse that aim lock on.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, look,
Already seen it with the Steam. The Steam is
team.
more new players, man. Farm is fresh. Well, at least it was fresh on the 24/7 Al and Bar or
Al Marsh.
Al Marge encampment. Yeah. Uh
Oh my god.
God. Those 24/7 Al Marge servers were great.
Yeah,
It
full
was
of cheaters too. I loved it.
Yeah, I got my fair share of hate on those maps.
um, the the hacker issue is gonna be no, not the hacker. I'm getting off topic. The Steam player noobs coming in is quite a interesting experience. But I wonder, do you agree that most of these low ranks are coming from Steam? Do you think?
Um, my gut tells me yes. Um, I want to say
Anything else?
maybe maybe they've never really heard of Origin. Maybe they have no idea. They just look at the Steam front page and say, what's up? What are cool games? I don't know. And they see Battlefield and they see people leaving positive reviews because people have been review bombing it positively for some reason, and they're like, hey, I'll give it a try.
Oh,
Um,
BF5.
yeah,
Oh,
I looked at
really?
page one day, it's all positive reviews. I was like, you guys are out of your mind. But I'm not going to download it because I want you guys to come and play so I can farm you. So
Oh man, it's been Farm Central for sure. Tons of noobs, but yeah, it,
I
it
mean, unless they've I know they've been giving out some codes for the game, like Dice has in giveaways and stuff. I don't think they've been giving out
if
enough
for,
to
for
match the new players.
I think they've all been for older games. I may be wrong about that, but it looked like they're for BF3 and BF4 codes were just given away like hotcakes all over Twitter and whatnot. But no mention of BF5. Maybe there was a little, like, isn't it $30 or something on Steam?
I think it was 25.
$25? I don't know. Chat, do you guys know how much is a Battlefield 5? I guess second year edition. Like, I guess that's what they're selling.
Battlefield 5 is $25.
What is
Year
a
2 edition
certain
is 25. Yeah.
the deluxe edition?
Yeah, but year 2 edition,
Year
25
two
bucks.
edition. Oh yeah, deluxe edition doesn't exist anymore, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. It's just gonna increase the player count. The thing is, Steam has statistics and
Yeah.
to how many people are playing peak. I think last week for Battlefield 5, it peaked at 2,000 players, and that's just coming
Mhm.
from Steam. So I would think there's probably around 2,000 as well on Origin at peak at certain times, maybe a little bit more worldwide. Um, Probably because of the cross-platform and whatnot. I'm sure there's 2,000 PC players on Origin, 2,000 on Steam. So that's like pretty much doubling the amount of people. And with the consoles and whatnot, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think anybody does know that number.
I love how the most recent review of Battlefield 5 is, yeah, it's good if you have cheats. I bought my cheats from battlefieldcheats.com. But if you don't have cheats, don't bother playing. It's the most recent review on Steam, baby. Whoo!
Great.
God, great.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Can't wait to uninstall this game next
Yeah.
month. Oh my god. It's going to be a challenge. It's an extra challenge right now. It's definitely a challenge to just find a decent server where I can actually get some kills with these new
I
guns. But damn, dude.
last stream was pretty rough for me yesterday.
Yeah.
You go to a server, it's stacked to all hell. Okay, you leave, boom, you go on another map. Okay, there's a cheater. Okay, next one, there's a different stack. Then there's like a third stack, and then on the other one it's a bunch of randoms, but your randoms are so bad you're actually getting all cap. And it's like, well,
But you're still doing well. It's crazy. Like you're doing really good, but you just
you can do
can't
like,
cap
yeah, you
anything.
can get like a nice 5+ KD, which is sort of low for me, but still it's good. But at the same time, it's like you can't carry. Like
No.
you can't cap all the points. You can't take this team on your back when they're all sub level 100s. Like they have no idea what they're doing, and you see like 4 people who have like
Boys AT rifles.
yeah,
Like in the
like
back.
3 people to have more than 10 kills halfway into the match. It's like, okay, great.
Yeah, there's not much we can do about that.
Yeah, there's not much. It's certainly a battle. If you're not getting stacked or hacked, it's which side has better randoms.
Yeah.
Because it's a team game when it comes down to it.
Yeah, for sure. I have a question for you.
Sure.
For BF6, what's like the number one feature, new or old, that you are looking for like day one?
If there had to be like one feature that like I really liked that I wish they bring back, it would be probably squad reviving.
You would want squad reviving?
I want squad reviving. That's something I really like about this game.
Okay.
I mean, it used to be like if we're talking like some game mechanics. I mean, just like the straight feel of the guns compared to all the other Battlefield games has been great. I like how they have little stations of ammo and health at every point because, well, they had to do that because of attrition. It would be nice if they got rid of attrition, but if they don't, I still want those.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, sure.
it's I don't know if I'd want 3D spotting back with like a Q press.
With the Q press?
Part of
Okay, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
Okay, I can see that.
in this game. I'm sort of tempted to say I'd almost want it because the visibility is so bad.
True, true, true.
But if they could fix the visibility, I don't think it necessarily needs to be there.
I think that is definitely one of the feedbacks that they're taking for the shit. I'm probably sure they're taking as much feedback as possible from BF5's travesty and making sure to right all those wrongs. I unless they just are just way too lazy and just like, oh no, we're right, you're wrong kind of thing. I hope they don't have that kind of attitude. But yeah, those
What they've sort of had.
yeah, well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The squad revive would be great. I was very against it at first, but I didn't know how fast it would be or how slow it would be. Luckily, it's pretty slow to where it's not super spammable.
Yeah, you like
And the Zerging's
a
not
lot
too
of times you
crazy.
die using it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it ended up working out. I remember soldier dragging.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up. Like, I don't. It seems
I don't
like a
know. I don't
cool
know.
idea. It seems really hard to implement,
Yeah.
but I think it'd be cool if you could do it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's almost
like
like a
there's sometimes
gimmick.
where like if I could drag my squad member like 10 feet that way, I'd res him in a heartbeat. But instead, he's like just on the edge of being open, and if I try to res him, I'll die.
It would just there couldn't be any animations hardcore for that. It would just be, well, maybe no, I don't think it wouldn't work. And maybe that's why they couldn't implement it. It would have to be like
You
let's
press
say
a
you're
button, he teleports on your back.
let's say you're playing like Gary's Mod or any of those type of Steam games, right? Where you can literally just look at an object and start and pick it up and it's kind of floating in front of you, and then you can drag it around and just whip it across. It would be something like that, but with weight, you know? It would
Yeah,
be heavy or something. You just click on the guy's shoulders and you just start running in a certain area, and he's like they're being towed. You
yeah,
know, like, it's like they're being towed by a vehicle or something. You just press T and you fucking drag the guy wherever as fast as you would run. It would look goofy as fuck. And that's probably another thing why they didn't add it on there, because the immersion factor would be like completely gone if they put it like that. So maybe
yeah.
they would have to add more animations and it just would have went crazy. I don't know. How do you think they would have
Uh,
implemented soldier dragging? Fast,
like
slow?
I don't know, with the way they were like all like animation focused and stuff. I thought maybe you'd like put an animation like you grab his leg and you drag him or something, or and like
Yeah.
you like maybe like they let you use a secondary if you're in it. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I still don't know. Maybe they'd make you completely defenseless. Maybe you'd be slowed down a bit. Slow down but use a secondary, or maybe you couldn't use any guns, but then you were pretty faster. It's it's a hard way like to think like of how they'd balance it correctly.
Yeah. I, I think it would have to be fast for people to actually start using it, because at that point, you know, it's already a risk to do squad revive, and then
Mhm.
now you have to do uneven.
It's even
Now
more
you have to
time
do,
out of combat, like
yeah,
doing other things.
exactly. So you'd all die probably even trying to attempt it.
Yeah,
Um,
like I
like
Andrews, we
imagine,
barely res as it is. You think I'm gonna spend the time to drag some dude 10 feet back and res him? Like,
yeah, in BF1 that
come on.
wouldn't have been a problem. So maybe that's the direction they'll go. There'll be no animations for reviving. It'll just be a prick or whatever, and then you're up, or you can just go up to them and drag them and then hit them real quick, you know, with some
Yeah,
defibrillators or something. It's just I hope for less animations and just snappier, make it faster, pretty much.
yeah. There's definitely like some slowness, like the
I
amount of
like the
times
snow.
that you like spawn on a teammate's vehicle and you try to insta get out and you still get killed like while you're in animation or something. It's like I just want to spawn there, man. Like I just want to get in, get out, poof, done.
Yeah,
Because my squad mates are 5 miles back sniping with their boy's AT rifle, and all the other squads are full or locked, and so I'm stuck in this squad. But that's just how it is
yeah.
sometimes.
Trust me, faster animations or no animations higher the skill gap, especially with
Yeah,
vehicle players.
like
Just right there and then.
people complained about no resing. Believe me, if that res was boom snap, I would res all of you in a heartbeat. I
Yeah,
would be stacking my SPM like there's no tomorrow. Like I'd love to
yeah,
res you meat
absolutely.
shields, but I can't because if I try to res you, I'll die.
Exactly. Oh, exactly. And I mean, go back to play BF1. I think I saw Enders was playing BF1, and he was reviving everyone like it was nothing. Piece of cake.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
what's up, Barber? How's it going, man? Thanks for the raid. Welcome in. What were you saying, Squirrel?
So I was perfectly like happy with resing people. I would res all the time in Battlefield 1.
Oh yeah.
Whip my obras around, one tap res, do the whole shebang.
No, absolutely. I just hope that, like, the vehicle in and out um animations are either faster, or I mean, just to hold that immersion, I guess, or just get rid of one of them. I think they had that in Battlefield 1, right? It's when you're entering, you have the animation, but when you exit, you're immediately out. Is that how it was in BF1? I don't remember. Do you guys know?
Jeez, it's been so long
Chat?
since I played the game.
I know. I in and out for BF1. Dude, I couldn't wait to stop playing that game. But I'm not sure. Chat, do you guys know if there was an animation to get in, or was there an animation to get out of the vehicles? I don't remember.
There may have been one, but I think it
I
was
think it was
pretty
just to get
short.
out. Yeah, it was very short. I think it was just to get out. I think that was the only animation. I don't know.
I wish like other things like they made the vaulting and like system a whole lot better, but still there's sometimes where like the vaulting, jumping, whole shebang gets really messed up.
Oh yeah.
And like if they could just improve on little things like that, like if you're on the Rotterdam Bridge with the train or whatever, and you try to like jump into the trains, you will fail that thing like 3 times in a row before it lets you vault. And it's infuriating. It's like
So I don't
you
go
try to
to those
get in and you
doors.
die, and it's like, "Oh, and nope, I'll be spamming my space bar away," and it's like, "Nah, okay, now we'll let you in." It's like, "Thanks." I mean,
I
overall, compared to, like, 1, it's great, but still.
Oh my god. Do you remember in Battlefield 1 where you would try to vault a large, like, wall, like the high climb kind of
I
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would just prone to the ground for
Yeah.
a second. God, I hated that. It's still like that too, I think. I
Yeah, there's
believe.
still some times where this game will, like, insta-prone you, like, it'll force you to prone,
Yeah, I
and
don't.
it's the most infuriating thing.
Oh yeah, that
Or was
killed
it
me.
was it forced to unprone? I forget. But there's times where, like, I try to prone, the game insta-props me back up, and it's like, "Listen, dude, you just got me killed."
Yeah, that happens a lot. If you don't have room to prone, it'll prop you right back up. I kind of wish there was a little system in there to where it would, like, automatically move you. Maybe that's not the right way to go about it, but it would be interesting.
Maybe, like, move me or, like, don't even let me attempt it. Like, if I
Ah, yes, that would be better. Yeah, yeah.
like, if you just, like if I
It
press
wouldn't even
prone,
do
like, there's
anything.
no space, like, okay, crouch me, but, like, just don't even try to prone me.
Don't even try. Yeah, yeah, I like that. No, I like that. How the fuck are they not? Anyway,
Yeah.
it's like
Seems like a basic, like, of you know, progression of thought where, like, "Hey, if
there's no
you
freaking.
can't prone, maybe just don't let him."
I think it was because they didn't want to when people would prone back in the day, like, their legs would be sticking out of walls and stuff, which still you
Mhm.
kind of do that. But I remember when Call of Duty implemented their changes to where it wouldn't allow you, basically, and
Yeah.
that got really annoying. So I don't know. Again, it just involves testing. Testing's a big thing. I hope they bring the CTE back for Battlefield 6. I think they're gonna need it, and hopefully maybe
Yeah.
get some of those Star Wars guys on there to build it or
As these
something.
games get more and more complex, there's even more ways for things to fuck up,
Oh yeah, especially you want
and
to add cool.
there's only so many things the testers can, find. I don't even know if they're testing this game, like, or if they were testing this game because it didn't feel like they were.
Oh no, no, we were the testers. Remember, we were
Yeah, we were the
we,
testers.
we were the CT. They valued our feedback. Make sure this game was at their standards, their dice quality standards that they were touting before the game came out.
Yeah,
It was like, we didn't
well,
want to implement soldier dragging because it was not at our standards during our internal test runs or whatever. I bet you it just
I'm
wasn't
sure
even working.
Braddock heard a lot of our feedback.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Maybe
Maybe
now it's
a
kind of
little bit.
tuned it out a little bit, but yeah. Um, if they have big bright ideas for this game, like how, dude? They come from BF5 team. You have big
Like,
ideas like in Battlefield 6. I'm scared to death of that being on the chalkboard waiting to be implemented. Is like, okay guys, this is BF6. We got high player count, new game modes, new TTK. Let's go. And then just like everyone's like, we failed every single aspect
yeah,
of that
it's
ever. We've never attempted any of these things.
after trying to change like a lot with BF5, I really don't think they should risk it too much with BF6. I mean, I'd like some new things, but I mean, don't push it too far because
Yeah, that's.
I
I
mean,
don't think
we've
they
already
will.
lost you've lost like almost all confidence from us.
Yeah, and a lot of talent. They lost a lot of talent too.
Yeah,
That left.
they lost all these devs. I mean, we're getting some brand spanking new devs. I assume they're trying to fill their slots.
They have no. This is like confirmed fact. They have no UI designers. I don't think. I think they lost all their audio designers. I think most of them came from like Criterion or something. They're off doing something else, and they lost like several producers and a whole bunch of engineers from just looking at Twitter. And well, now they got the bad, well, the Battlefront 2 people on board, so maybe they'll put their minds together for that. But there's so many things in Battlefront 2 I don't like, so I'm kind of scared about that as well.
Yeah,
Especially when it comes to bots that we talked
yeah.
about earlier today. So I don't know. I don't know. All right, chat. If you guys got any questions for Secret Squirrel or for myself, let me know. We're kind of thinking about wrapping up here. It's been about 2 hours, 15 minutes. Squirrel, did you have any other things you want to talk about? Whether it's BF5 or the future.
No,
What's on
not
your
much.
mind?
I mean, I'm mostly stuck in this paradox of what to play, you know?
Yeah. Uh, it's gonna be a new. I hope we don't lose each other, like all of us that we met over the years.
Yeah.
Um, don't forget me, or Secret Squirrel. Like shit, it's only gonna be a year. Like what the fuck? It's like going to prison for a year. Whatever. We'll be
Yeah,
back,
don't worry.
right?
We'll be back in like when Battlefield 6 comes, you know. Hopefully they invite me to the alpha and beta. You'd think I invested enough time in this game, but
Yes, all
yes.
veterans that have put over 1,000 hours get
Yeah,
instant access. That would
please.
be
I'm at 1100 hours, Dice. I'm literally dying.
Dude, 1,100. That's how much time I put into Battlefield 2 back in the day when I was a youngin. Um, that's a lot of hours for sure. Only 1,100
Oh,
generated.
no, 1100. Yeah. Sorry,
Yikes.
I can't grab this game that much. I can only stand so much of it, you know. I play it and like I take a day break or so, or maybe two, and I'm like, okay, we'll give it another go. It'll be better.
Yeah.
And I play like 4 hours. I'm like, okay, done.
Yeah, it's always fun to like farm though for a little bit, and then all the bullshit kind of
Yeah,
sets in, and
I keep on getting the itch, you know. I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, let's play some BF5. Let's
yeah.
play something.
BF5 rehab, BF rehab. Oh man,
Yeah, I need to like go to rehab, get some therapy after every play session.
yeah. There's
I'm
not
like,
many games coming out.
I only got killed by 5 boys' rifles. It was a good day.
Let's see. Let me look up some games coming out.
Yeah, only
Uh,
I don't know
2020.
if any games actually. Like there's like The Last of Us 2 came out. I heard that's
Last of
getting
Us
great
2.
reviews.
Yeah, yeah. That's getting dumpstered right now. Um, let's see. You got Cyberpunk in November. It looks like.
It's delayed again, right?
Go to.
It'd be a cool game. I'm down to play that a lot, but as long as they don't delay it again, please.
I don't know if you guys can see this here. Let's see. So we got. I don't know if any of this is updated, but I'm sure a lot of these games got pushed back because of the coronavirus. Yeah. Like Ghost of Tsushima is coming out soon. I think that's on schedule if I'm but it's PlayStation like exclusively. Let's see. Grounded. I don't know what that is. Oh, Insurgency Sandstorm coming to consoles, I believe. They ended up delaying that yesterday, I think.
That's where all the players for Battlefield 5 should go. I swear. Insurgency Sandstorm, you want to play something that's not Arma, but like Arma, realistic as fuck, go play some Insurgency Sandstorm, people. You'll be killing people from 200 yards away with one shot. Your guns will have recoil like a truck. I mean, it's great for the Battlefield 5 player base.
Dude, chat saying that ducks are free at the park. You can just take them home. I have like 20. What?
That's where I got my ducks, from the park.
Yeah, of course. Grab them, right? Grab them, put them in a cage. There you go. Insta pets for free. Let's see. Final Fantasy, bleh. And then the Madden NFL. Everyone's kind of mad at that one. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, remastered, baby. I actually might give that a shot. I'm pretty sure that'll be on PC. Let's see. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on September 4th. Hog Champ there.
I want to see a James Bond Quantum of Solace remastered. That was the first like FPS I really went hard at. It was like PS3. I mean, I sweated on this terrible game. It's James Bond game.
What's up, Cal? Yeah. Dude, that fucking the James Bond movie has been pretty much done for like almost a year now. I think they had to postpone it to November. I think there's a few movies coming out next month actually. You got that Wonder Woman movie. I guess that was postponed a long time ago, and others. I don't remember what else.
Some people are opening theaters, aren't they?
Yeah, I think next month
in my area.
Yeah. And yeah, like you're required to wear a mask and like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I think some like restaurants doing like open dining, like outside or something. I'm like, I don't want to do it. Like I'll just
eat at home. Like you know, takeout's gonna be like a bigger thing now. Like half the restaurant's gonna be takeout now.
So angry. That James Bond game with its shotguns is just like this game, dude. The Hutchinson A3.
I remember you were talking about on your stream that you don't think shotguns should be in any FPS games ever again.
Ever. They're so impossible to balance.
I like that idea like a lot. You
ever have games where they're absolute dog shit, or you have games where they will destroy, dominate? It's and like they try to like think, oh, we'll find some happy medium, but like it's insanely hard or nigh impossible to find this happy medium between you getting one tapped or you doing 12 damage.
Yeah, it's very inconsistent. And my dog has been in my room the entire time. Never is in here. What is out there? Is there a boogeyman out there? I've never seen my dog like this before. Hi. Oh my gosh. Do you have any pets in your house? Likes to wander around?
Oh yeah.
Cats always around?
7 dogs and 5 cats. I mean, they're everywhere.
No, we're not. The doggo does not. Well, maybe. Hold on, let's see. Doggo, here, come here. I don't think I've ever shown the dog on stream before.
Dog reveal.
Wait, you don't want to do this, I think, all day. I think. Yeah? I don't know. I think he's scared. I don't know. There's no one else in the house right now. And my brother's over at the neighbors watching UFC. But a doggo, come here.
I know my big dogs, like my Australian Shepherds, they get terrified of thunderstorms.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the little dogs don't care at all.
There you go. Down, down. I don't know. I'll have to figure out what's going on. Maybe there was some fireworks or something. I know
Oh yeah, they hate fireworks.
July 4th is coming around soon, so people are probably buying them and popping them off early, I'm sure. But what was I talking about just a few minutes ago?
Shotguns.
Shotguns. Yeah. I agree. Anyway, next topic. Yeah, forget shotguns, dude. I hope they get rid of them too. But oh, your cats. They crawl on your keyboard and whatnot, or you just kind of lock them out of the room or whatnot.
They don't usually go to my room much. I'm on the second story, and they usually don't come up here often. They're definitely also like all of them are like outdoor cats. Like they come and go inside and outside as they please. So most of the time they're actually outside. And if they come to me, it's only because they want food.
Yeah, no, my cat, yeah, definitely. My cat like sits right outside my door, which is like across the room there, and just kind of stares, like, "You man, do something, please.
Yeah.
Give me food." And then when I get up, goes wild and like makes little circles until I put food there. And I don't think I'll ever do a cat reveal. Like that cat does not like to be touched, or like manhandled in any way. So I don't know, but the dog likes to do that. I think he's scared of something. I don't know what it is. We'll have to go figure it out. But anyway, what else? I think we covered pretty much a good amount of things to talk about. We got to know Secret Squirrel. Has a lot of horsies and pets. Lives on a farm. Busted up his shoulder. I mean, what else do you need to know, huh? What else do you need to know? We also discussed a lot of things about mouse techniques and keyboard bindings, mouse bindings. Talked about Battlefield 6 a lot, what they would do with a large scale, more player count or higher player count. We kind of like concluded that perhaps they're not going to reinvent the wheel. I don't think they can afford to do that or have the time to do that. So we'll see. We saw let me show that picture. Where was that picture? Oh, here. Yeah, with the Tempe, yes.
Tempe, yeah.
So
if you want to see my cat, you can show the other one.
Oh yeah, the cat. Oh, I forgot. Let's see. Oh yeah. There you go. That's the kitty cat. I don't remember the name on that one.
That's Sebastian. He likes to crawl around my shoulders and stuff.
And he get some nails on that one too. Rip you up.
Yeah, I really can't let him ride on my shoulders unless I have like a sweatshirt or something on, because he'll dig a bit deep sometimes. Do you have a horses race? No, like they don't do any competitions. They're mostly just like they ride them for fun or out on trails.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Any more questions for Secret Squirrel or myself? I think we're pretty much gonna wrap it up for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Any last minute? Of course, welcome on in. If you guys enjoyed the Battlefield show, definitely leave a follow here and go follow my boy Secret Squirrel. Where can they find you, Secret Squirrel?
Find me live on Twitch almost every other day at Secretsquirrel43. You can also find out my YouTube, which is also Secretsquirrel43, and I post mini compilations there from every couple of days, just from the mayhem I've inflicted on the battlefield.
Yes, I've watched many of those. Very, very good, and they're very well organized. That must take you a long time to to actually edit those.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you like you record these straight off the match, right? From the computer?
Yeah, I just use like GeForce like Shadow
okay.
Play, and then what I usually do is I let the clips build up, and then I'll go through them manually, and I'll separate them into like, this is a mod 27, this is just like regular gameplay, this is me like Panzerfausting a plane, and then from there I'll just put them all together and just edit them.
Hell yeah, they're really good. Trust me, it's on there. Let me see if I can show that on there.
So stream of the most amazing and perfect game of all time. It's actually like an honor, Catalyst. Like there's so much sense of pride and like joy at being able to play this game. You know, yeah, pride and accomplishment.
Yes.
It really can't be matched by any other experience. It almost makes it does make me cry.
I hold the same.
That's why end stream sometimes I just start crying. Honestly. Tim, how emotionally scarred do you think the person you clip him with M27? I think I have a clip of Mike after I domed him once, and I'm pretty sure it's at least an 8 out of 10. Like, it ruins them.
Yeah, there's some videos.
Also, I see the clips of like when like I kill people with mod 27, and like it looks so sus. I can understand why they hackers me.
Some of the headshots are like even surprise you as well.
Mm-hmm,
I almost watched all of these. Let's watch like an old one. What was like your first YouTube video?
Jeez, must have been PlanetSide stuff, some Warframe.
Oh, I don't know what I was doing. Let's see, oldest 2 years ago. Lost Time Memory.
Oh, I uploaded an Osu clip. I used to play Osu a lot. It's like some
right.
Little clicky thingies. All the songs are
confirmed weeb, yes.
Yeah.
Secretsquirrel confirmed weeb. There you go.
Yeah. I don't think I've watched an anime in years though. I need to up my weebness. This is how you grind your aim, guys. Just play this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how you train for the flicks.
Is it on Steam?
Nah, it's like a separate website. It's just some free.
Oh, it's something free? Oh, okay. So on
yeah, it's just some free. Just like Google like Osu or something.
I'll have to go check that out. See how.
Well, it's hard to get like the sensitivities up to scale, so it's like.
Oh, I see.
Let's start something.
And I'm out. Here's some Obrez stuff here. This looks fun.
Obrez give. This is like the bottom of that. Yeah, in here. I actually remember some of these. Oh yeah, good old Obrez, dude.
You like DC main, you just have shit on your face.
Yeah, I think I remember playing against you quite a bit. I was an AOD boy at that time.
Boy, yeah, now I was a UWS boy, and you do Aftermath. He told me about you.
Oh yes. Where's he been? You been talking with him?
I haven't been talking with him much ever since I left UWS. I left in like October, November. I forget when.
Here's a 4-piece.
Yeah, that's what you told me about your stream.
It's a problem. A lot of people.
He's cool, man. He's cool.
Old Battlefield 1 clips.
They're just nowhere near.
Stacking like a dirty stacker.
Only way to fly, man.
I think mortar trucks are worse.
Good memories. Man, the 1907 was broken off.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like, there's some like
Baranox
is back on BF1 and stuff. I just can't play that. I want to play it back. Like sometimes I'm like I play and it's like, oh, I got killed by the SMG08 again. Yay.
Here's one where I think you absolutely lost it, and then typed into the in-game chat some foul things to this man. Let's see.
Ooh,
I've typed some bad things before. Oh, he was a 2A user? He probably deserved it.
No skill virgin. Fucking trash.
See, I'll type it out, but I won't send it usually. That's what I do.
You didn't? Yeah, you just typed that but never press enter.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good. I don't know if Alfie is in here, but I picked this clip up for Alfie. Maybe you can clip it and ship it over there to Alfie.
He's playing, seems to make another pass real low. I'm about to hit him with a fucking bazooka. Alfie son, my loyal Keck W spammer. Show him the air of their ways. Give him the Alfie special.
Give him the Alfie special. That's the way to do it. I know you got a nice compilation of bazooka clips as well on your YouTube. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I have a couple of those, like 7, 6. Jeez.
Here, just I'll go give it a visit.
It used to be like my favorite thing to do, and like I used to have it down pretty pat, but ever since I started like switching over to bazooka, it's definitely like it's a different velocity and shit. You gotta like lead it different. I've been struggling, but
yeah,
I've also been playing 24/7 infantry maps, so
there's that as well. Yeah, I've been using Piat ever since ever since the TTK and the tank nerf on the Panzerfaust. That's when I switch over to Piat because I just couldn't do any more damage using the Panzer.
Yeah. So, I hit people with bazooka for 10 damage. I'm like, sure.
Yeah, bye.
I really want to keep the bazooka out to try to kill a plane. Honestly, at this point, it's like, yeah, congrats.
I don't know if you guys have... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The only feasible way to like kill a tank is C4 it. Really.
I've been learning that quite quickly. Yesterday, I wanted to try the flamethrower pistol, and I
never get killed by it.
No, it's not great at all. I feel like if you shoot it on the ground, they run over it. It does more damage for some reason. It's silly. I quickly learned it's quite useless because when you go up against a tank, you have 2 Piats, and hopefully, if you have it equipped, an anti-tank bundle grenade.
Yeah.
And that does what? 50 damage total? Like, if on a lucky day?
Yeah. If you don't get a glancing blowjob, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then after that, I pull out the pistol flamethrower and I shoot at the tank doing like 0 damage. And I get ran over and it's sad. So, I was like, this is worthless. It really is. Yeah. If you want to do any significant damage. But
you gotta have a double AP.
Yeah, speaking of a significant damage, let's check out this hot V1 super mega ultra kill by Secretsquirrel. Dude, hey, really pay attention here, ladies and gentlemen.
But, you know, I killed so many men here. I remember
so many.
This was a hot moment. Just go straight to the I think that's the only time that's ever happened to me too.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a rare one. I think that was like a year ago or something. It used to have like dates here, but they removed it.
Yeah. With the new Twitch update, like finding stuff, even like clips, is harder than it used to be. You have to like do a lot of extra clicks and stuff. It's like,
it's gonna be even harder now. Probably they're probably gonna screw it up because of the implementing all the what they call it,
DMCA stuff, the audio.
DMCA, yeah, exactly. This is when you're reacting to some of the new cosmetic items coming out, and this was one of his reactions to it. It was really funny, actually.
Was it the mermaid?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one. I think we got some good karma on Reddit for that post too.
What the absolute fuck is this, dude?
The subtle eye flick, the eyebrow. It's like,
no, dice.
I just don't know what they were thinking, man. Because they were all like, that was at the height of them complaining about like, authenticity and whatnot.
Yeah, people were really wanting. There's nothing but like Reddit authenticity posts during that time, and they came out with that. Dude, I don't think I've ever seen anybody with that running around.
Same. I don't think. Jeez.
Do you guys know anybody that runs around with those skins?
I can't remember the last time I've ever seen that skin. Like, I may have seen it once or twice when it just came out, but
Yeah, that's
it got.
wild.
One of the
Probably
weirdest things I think is like the new guns, they don't get like chromed or like night ops or any of that stuff. Like,
yeah, they ran out of time. Yeah.
like I think it'd be simple. Like you just like apply like the filter to like the gun and just bing bang boom.
Yeah,
I guess
no.
it isn't, but
I like the effort they put on early on. That's all that got me really excited about new weapons. It's like, ooh, they're changing they're having themes for all their content drops coming out. It was like, ooh, it's
yeah.
great.
There was like the Firestorm for like the STG-44 or something. It had like the fire skin or something.
Yeah.
And then like,
Boca ended up clipping this one here. Pretty funny.
oh,
Thanks, man.
I can already tell from the clip which one it was. Ye old planes once again. Trying to miss.
Who just died?
That was a very rare one.
Get him out.
Yeah, I think I've got
Get him out.
2 of those, maybe 3 in my entire playtime. But it's
Yeah.
extremely rare.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Secret Squirrel. I like to thank you so much for coming on to the program. And
Hey, no problem. I had a blast. I've been looking forward to coming on.
yeah, it was fun. Hopefully we'll bring you on back again when Battlefield 6 comes along. Maybe even a little bit before. Maybe we'll get some big time podcasts, large scale, right?
Yeah.
Multiple people in here. We'll see. I'll keep you in mind. Thank you again for coming on, and thank you, chat, for hanging out with us, asking all the questions, the raids. I appreciate the raids and the subs. If you guys enjoyed the content, we'll be doing another one next week. I have a person in mind that I want to get on, and I also messaged somebody that hasn't been on Twitter in like 2 months. Hopefully they'll come back from whatever they came back from. We'll see. Don't worry, Direby. It'll be on YouTube shortly after we conclude here. Again, don't forget to go follow Secret Squirrel. Follow the channel if you guys like it. This content here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Next week, man. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, watch your Twitter. We'll see you guys. Have a good night. All right. Bye now.